Welcome back, friends. Today I'm going to show you how to build this complete e-commerce website with WordPress from start to finish. And this is for the absolute beginner. In 10 simple steps, I'm going to show you how you can set your website up, how to add products to your site, and then finally, how to manage your orders as people purchase products from your site. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible, so let's jump right into the first step, which is getting your domain name and web hosting set up. If you want to build a website, you have to have a domain name and web hosting, plain and simple. A website literally doesn't exist if you don't have these two things. A domain name is just the address to your website. It's what people will enter into the search bar to find your site. So something like yourwebsite.com. And web hosting, on the other hand, is just renting space on a server that's connected to the internet. Now, there are web hosting companies that exist all over the world, and they have buildings full of these servers that are connected to the internet. And you can sign up for a plan with them to rent space on one of those servers to have your website accessible online. It's pretty similar to signing up with a phone provider. The domain name is like your phone number, and the web hosting is just like getting service with Verizon or T-Mobile. Out of all of the hosting providers out there, we personally recommend Hostinger on this channel because, in our opinion, they're the absolute best. They absolutely provide the most affordable hosting for what they actually do. Their customer service is top tier, and their tech support is always eager to help as well. If you want to sign up for web hosting today and get a custom domain name so that you can build your website and follow along with me in this tutorial, click on the first link that's down in the description, or you can go to creativeprowebsite.com/hostinger, and it'll take you to our special co-branded landing page that we have with them. From here, we can scroll on down to see the 3 different plans that we have available for you. There's the premium plan, the business plan, and the cloud startup plan. I recommend the premium plan or the business plan because you get a ton of included features for the affordable price that you pay. With the premium plan, you get to create up to 100 domain-based emails for your website. So that would look like levi@yourwebsite.com. You have their unlimited free SSL included in your hosting plan, which is the encryption for your website. You also get a free domain name included in the premium and business packages, which is a huge bonus. You don't have to purchase it separately. You've got unlimited bandwidth to your website, which means they're not going to limit your website's traffic or how many visitors your website can have at the same time. And there's much more. You guys can make your own decision, but I'm going to go ahead and select the business plan and just move on. Next, you guys get to choose your period. Basically, how often you guys make your payments. I'm going to choose every 12 months and then scroll on down to the payment section. You're going to be paying for all 12 months up front. So you'll see that the normal cost is around $191, but you're actually going to be getting it for $59.88, which is a great deal. Also, included with the business plan, you have daily backups for your website. So if your site ever gets corrupted or accidentally you delete something, you have backups of your entire website for free. You get a free domain name included, which is also usually around $10. You also have domain privacy protection, which means that they're going to protect your personal information like your phone number and email from telemarketers. Also, your setup fee is waived. Now, make sure my coupon code is applied right down here, and now you'll see that you're getting a massive discount for your hosting plan. It went from $191 all the way down to $53.89, which is a pretty good deal if you ask me. I'm going to enter in my credit card information, and I'll see you guys on the next screen. This is the hosting setup screen. I'm going to click on Start Now, and from here, I get to choose if I want to create a new website or if I want to migrate one. Next, I'm going to choose WordPress and create my own WordPress login. I'll skip adding plugins or templates to my website, and I'll even skip the AI text generation because we already have that in our next step. I also get to choose my free domain name that's included in the hosting plan. I also always recommend using a .com because it's the most common and professional looking when people are looking for a website. Next, I can click on Edit My Website. After this, you'll be taken to the WordPress dashboard. If you see this little banner appear at the top of your screen that says that this is a preview of your website, that's okay. There's no need to worry. This just means that your website is propagating in the background, and Hostinger is allowing you to make changes to your website temporarily before it's even up, which is a wonderful feature. In the past, you would have to sit here and wait at your computer for your website to be up and running before you could make changes to it. And propagation just means that Hostinger needs to send out your new domain name that you just purchased to every single server in the entire world to let everyone know that you just purchased it and that it's live. This propagation of your domain registration usually won't take more than a day, and sometimes it can only take a few minutes. So be patient and just wait for the preview to be gone, or you can just start making some changes now. I'll just skip to my main site after the propagation is complete. I'm trying to make things as quick and painless as possible. We're not going to be building an entire site from scratch here. That would take far too long. I'm going to show you guys how you can download a free website template to save you a ton of time on building the base foundation and structure of your website. With a template, all you have to do is just add your own pictures and text, and you're done. Quick and painless. From your WordPress dashboard, you can hover your mouse over the Plugins tab and then click on Add New. Plugins are basically like apps on your phone. You can download them and they do cool things. You can think of this Add New tab as the App Store on your phone. We're only going to be downloading one plugin for this tutorial to make things really easy, and it's called Starter Templates. Once you find it and it looks like this, you can click on Install and then Activate. Then click on Elementor. After that, you can see the entire library that they have available. As you can see, there's a ton of free and premium templates available for you guys to look through, and they're broken up by category, which is pretty nice. I'm going to go to the e-commerce tab, and then I'm going to choose one of the free templates. I think this one looks good. When you find one that you like, you can click on it and you can scroll through an entire preview of the website. We're going to skip adding a logo for now, and next we're going to choose our color and our website font combination. I'll let you guys pick out what you think looks best, but I'm just going to stick to the default. Once you're done making those changes, make sure that all of these boxes are checked except for this one, and then you can click on submit and build my website. Congratulations, friends. Our template has successfully downloaded and installed onto our website. You can open up your own website by clicking on view your website right here. Now, whenever you go to this domain name, the one that you just purchased, this is what people will see. Step number 3 is to customize your website. Now, this is the fun part. Now we get to add our own photos and our own text to the website to make it look like it's our own. So to return to your WordPress dashboard from your website preview, you're going to go over here to the top left corner and hover over this name right here, and then you'll be able to click on dashboard, just like this. And since I'm opening the dashboard right here, I'm actually going to close out of both of these two tabs because you don't really need them anymore. Okay, so now that we're back on our WordPress dashboard, we can also remove some of these if we want to. There's just so many pop-ups that always show up on your WordPress dashboard. From here, if we want to edit our website, we can go ahead and open it up on a new tab by clicking on our name right here, or we can click on Visit Site. It's basically the same thing. And so what I'm going to do is just right-click and open on a new tab. From here, you'll see this ribbon up on top, and you can click on Edit with Elementor right here. Now, Elementor makes editing a website really easy. All you have to do is just drag whatever element you want onto your website, and you can place it wherever this purple or pink line goes, and then that's how you can add whatever widgets you want. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this one really quickly. You'll notice over here on the left-hand side that I can add pretty much everything I need for a website. So I've got things like text and images, and I've got buttons and videos and things like that. So it makes building a website really easy because if I wanted to recreate this little section right here, all that is just 2 heading sections and a button, just like that. And so if I wanted to, I could just add a heading just like this, and then I could go ahead and click on the Rubik's Cube icon right here, which opens up my widgets again, and I can add a second heading just like this. And then I could do it one more time and add a button underneath. And you'll see how close I'm already getting. Now I just have to change the text here and change the size, just like this one. Make this one a little bit bigger, and then I could place the button in the center as well. So if I wanted to, for instance, I could say welcome, and then this one can just say spring to your home. Just like that. And then the text, I'm just going to go ahead and leave the button because this is just an example, but I could center it just by clicking like this, and I could center the text as well. And you guys get the idea. Just as a quick overview to show you guys, everything on your website you can edit just by dragging in widgets. So Elementor makes it really easy to make websites, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete the 3 things that I just added right there because we already have this beautiful hero section. I'm also going to close out of this navigator as well. And you guys didn't have to follow along with any of that just yet. The whole point is just to show you guys that it's a drag and drop page builder. So you literally just drag and drop, and then I can add some text. It's really easy to do. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an overview before we start jumping into how to actually make changes to your website. Because again, all we have to do is just change this background picture and what the text says, and it's basically your website now, right? So, little overview. We've got something called a section, which is basically the background. And you'll notice that every time I move my mouse into this section, there's like this pink glow that goes all the way around it, all the way to the top like this. And then it also has this little menu show up. So as you can see, the pink glow appears. It's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of tell. So that's what's called a section, basically the background. Okay, so this is one big section, and then down here, this whole white area, this whole thing is a section, and then this right here is one section. So you can make sections tall or short if you want to. Basically, just think it's the background of whatever part of the website you're working on. Now, inside of a section, you can have columns, which is this gray dotted box right here. Columns are how you can stack things horizontally, right? So if I want to have, let me just see an example here. Here we go. If I want to have 3 things side by side, I have to use one column right here, one column right here, and one column right here, right? Now, inside of a column, I can put widgets, which stack vertically. So if I want to have 3 things on top of each other, I can just place 3 individual widgets on top of each other, as you can see. I can't take this button right here and drag it over here to the left-hand side because, as you can see, it can only stack vertically. So that pink line is going up and down, right? Now, if I had another column really quickly, as you can see, 2 gray boxes, and they stack horizontally side by side, I can click and drag these side by side, but they can't go on top of each other, as you can see. So that's just something to help you guys understand that columns stack left to right, and then widgets stack up and down. So quick review, we've got the section, which is the background. Inside of a section, you can have columns, and inside of columns, you can place these widgets. And these widgets are all of these over here on the left-hand side, which you guys saw me just a second ago dragging in. Like if I want to drag a video in, something like this, all you got to do is just drag it in and you're done. And then obviously you can also see that anytime I right click on any widget, I can say delete. Well, actually, if you right click on anything, so if I right click on this column right here, I can delete the entire column, which would remove everything here. But so that's kind of the basics of how to use Elementor. So over here on the right-hand side, we've got the preview of the website that you can scroll through, as you can see. And then over here on the left-hand side, we've got the menu. And so normally you've got your widgets kind of shown here so that you can just start dragging things in if you want to. But also, anytime you click on anything, so for instance, if I hover my mouse right here, you'll see that this is a heading widget. So if I click on the little pencil icon, you'll see that now I am editing that heading widget right here. And it's pretty simple. If I wanted to change the text on my website, I don't even have to really come over here to the left-hand side. I can literally just click like this and start typing directly on my screen, which is pretty cool. Another way that you can edit text is actually by going over here to the menu, and then I can type right here as well, and you'll see it appear. So that's how you guys can make changes to whatever widget you're working with. Now, over here on the settings, you've got 3 different tabs. You've got the content tab, and also sometimes instead of content, it'll say layout. So for instance, if I choose, I think this one, well, that one just says content. Let me see if I can find an example for you guys. Something like this, content. Well, maybe I won't. Content. Okay. Every once in a while, there's a widget that says layout instead of content. It looks like the rest of these all just conveniently have content right here, but when you see it, you'll see it. So anyways, we've got the layout or content right here. You've got the style tab, and then you have the advanced tab. Okay. And so if I'm editing this widget right here, this heading widget, under the content, this is where you change the content of whatever is inside of this widget. So for instance, if this content is text, then this is where I would change the text, if that makes sense. If this was a picture, then I would go to the content tab to change the contents of this widget, which would be the picture. And so, for example, let me just show you guys really quickly. If I drag an image over here, under content, I can choose my image. And this is where I would literally drag in a picture. You know, let's just pick one randomly and select. And so that's how I can put a picture on my website, right? So I'm going to delete this one. And so while I'm editing this heading widget, I've got the content tab, which is, again, where you can edit the content. We've got the style tab, which is you can change the style. So this would be things like the different font. You can change color, spacing, size, things like that. So that's under the style tab. And then under the advanced tab, the only thing we're ever really going to do under the advanced tab is play with margins and padding. And that's how you can add space inside of these widgets. For instance, if I started adding padding all over the place, you'll see that I'm getting more and more space inside of the little purple square that makes this widget, but I'm going to go ahead and just delete all of that because I don't need it. But that's probably the only thing we're going to touch inside of the advanced tab. Maybe we'll touch some motion effects later on in the tutorial, we'll see. But so far for the advanced tab, the only thing we're really going to touch is the layout right here, margins and padding. Okay, so now that you guys understand how Elementor works, you've got your live preview over here and then your settings over here. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now all we have to do is just change the pictures and the text to match your website. So let's go ahead and get started by doing that right now. So the first thing I want to do is change the background image, and I can literally just right click anywhere out here in the ether. I can do it over here, or I can do it over here, and you'll see that I can edit the section because that's technically what my mouse is on. As you can see, every time my mouse is on the section, this appears. If I start to click in here, well, it's still there, but the second I get out of it, it's not there anymore, right? So I can just right click anywhere and say edit section, and now I'm editing the background. Or you can click on the 6 dots right here and you'll see that it says edit section. Okay, so now we're editing this background here. We can play around with minimum heights and stuff like that. As you can see, I can literally drag to make this taller or shorter, and we're gonna leave it at about the height that it was, just like this. We can go over to the style tab, and this is where we can change the background image. I know normally changing a picture would be under the content or layout tab. As you can see, it says layout, but this time it's under the style tab for backgrounds. And so if we wanna change this image, it's really simple. We can literally just click on it and we can pick a different picture. So for instance, if I choose, let's just choose this picture right here, and I say select, now I just changed the background of my website to be this picture. But what I want to do is actually, instead from a picture, I want to change this to a slideshow, just so that we have a little bit of a dynamic background on our website, something that's just constantly changing. So you have 4 different background types. You've got the classic, which is where you can choose an image or just a regular color. So for instance, if I took the image away, I could literally just pick a random color like this, and now there's just a color in the background. So that's how you would do that. Let's go ahead and clear it. There we go. So you've got classic, which is the color and image. Then you've got a gradient, which is pretty much how it sounds. I could literally just have like a gradient from one color to the other, as you can see. So let me just pick a different color, and now it's green to red. So there's that. And then we've got a video background, which you would need to put in a YouTube link. And then we've got the slideshow. And so slideshow is what I'm going to be doing. And we can go ahead and click on add images just like this. And then we can go to upload files right up here in the top left corner. And then we can select our own files from our computer, which I already have a bunch of pictures that are ready to go. So I'm just going to copy all of them over just in one batch upload really quickly. Perfect. Okay, and then I can use, as you can see, the little checkbox is what's telling me what's going to actually be in the gallery. I can use this to also click minus, and it's going to take it away from the gallery because I really only want these first 3 pictures right here. So I'm going to minus this one as well. Okay, so now I've got the 3 images that I want in the background. I can click on create new gallery, and now I can click and drag in whatever order I want them to be, but I think this order is just fine. So we can click on insert gallery in the bottom right corner. Okay, so now we've got our pictures in the background, and every 5,000 milliseconds, which is basically every 5 seconds. Not sure why Elementor does milliseconds, probably just so you can be more precise. You've got all the, 5,000, you can go to like 5,003 if you want to. But anyways, they do milliseconds, so that's 5 seconds. And then down here, you've got the transition duration as well, which is in milliseconds. And so you can see that it's 500 milliseconds, which is half a second. So you guys can play around with how long you guys want them to be. I think the default setting is pretty good, by the way. You can also enable the Ken Burns effects, which I personally like. And so it does like this cool slow zoom every time the next image cycles over. So as you can see right there. So it just adds a little bit more of a dynamic effect to an already dynamic background, which is cool. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to leave it the way it is. All right, so now that we've messed around with the background, we can go ahead and start changing the text right here if we want to. And so obviously this is not welcome to the green store anymore. We're gonna say that this is like a cookie store. So I can literally just edit my text right here and I can say CAPW cookies, because CAPW is for Create a Pro website, and this is my cookie store that I'm building. So welcome to the CAPW cookie store, or CAPW cookies. Let's bring spring to your home. Well, we can change this as well, so we can go ahead and delete this and say something like, let's bake cookies together, or something like that, or let's try something different. Something like that. Let us bake you cookies today. So after we change our text like this, we can go over to the Style tab, and we can actually play around with something that I really like to do. We'll go over to the typography and click on the little pencil icon, and from here what we're going to do is we can transform the text to capitalize, and you'll notice that I didn't capitalize any of my text, and if I go back to the Content tab, it's still under lowercase as the first word, or the first letter of every word, but it's going to capitalize it for me. So that's pretty cool, because now if I change my text at all and I start typing, every time I start a new word, it's going to capitalize on its own, even though I didn't do that, which I kind of like using personally. It just saves me a lot of time when I'm building a lot of websites for clients. So we'll click on update to save my work there. And by the way, the update button in the bottom left corner right here that I just clicked on is to like update your website live to the internet and to save your work at the same time. So you'll see me click that all the time after I make changes. It's kind of a habit of mine so that I don't lose any progress if something goes down. Okay, so now we have changed the heading section up here. We've also changed this heading section right here. And now we can change the button, which to be honest, the template already has this button pretty much the way I'm gonna leave it. If we right click on it and say edit button just like this, you'll see that now I'm editing the button in the top left corner. You can change the text to something else if you want. So instead of shop now, you can say browse all cookies just like this. So you can make it a little bit more tailored if you want to. That's how you change the text. And then over here, we've got the link, which right now it's not going anywhere, but what we can do is take it to the store page. So we just type in store. And so it's going to search all of the different pages on your website and other things as well, like posts. So it looks like it's not called the store page. I think it's called the shop page instead. So let's try the shop page. Yeah. Okay. So the page where all your products are is literally called the shop page. And so if I search for it, as you can see, when I click on shop, it automatically enters in the URL for me. So it's really cool that Elementor will search your website for all of the pages. And all you got to do is just kind of put in a keyword as to like what the title was. So anyways, now that we've linked this button to the shop page, let's go ahead and click on update to save our work. And next what I'm going to do is click on the preview changes button right here next to update in the bottom left corner, and it'll open up a preview of your website. So now anytime you click on this button right here, it's going to take them straight to the shop page, which obviously still has a bunch of plants, but don't worry, we're going to change that later. Okay, so now we know this button is linked. It's really easy to do. Again, when we say edit button, we can change the text right here and then the link right here. And that's pretty much all you're going to do when you're editing the template, which makes things really easy rather than having to build this from scratch. Okay, so I think the hero section looks good. I'm hoping you guys put in your own images in the background, obviously, because this is your business. And so I would hope you have, pictures of whatever you guys do. But for my baking company, I think these 3 pictures are good. So from here, we can scroll on down to the next section, which is like this new plants section or featured products or whatever you guys want to call it. You can literally make this whatever you want. So instead of new plants, I could say featured plants. Or I could say plants of the week or something like that. Whatever you guys want to do for whatever you're trying to sell. But for example, this is just going to say featured plants for now because we're actually not going to change this right now. First, we have to add our own products to the website for them to even pop up here. So right now, we're just going to leave this section the way it is and scroll right on past it. Just trust me. Okay, so next what we have is this little about section here. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and change the background image. I can just right click out here in the section again and say edit section. Or again, you can click on the 6 dots right here. And from here, I'll go over to the Style tab and I can change my image. And I have another image right here that I'm going to use of this lady doing some bakery. It looks like she's kneading dough or something like that. I'm not sure. But from here, what we can do is we can change the position to focus on the center of the image. Right now, it looks like it's more focusing on the top of the image, like up here. I want it to center on the focus right here, if you can see where my mouse is. And so what I'm going to do is click on center, and you'll see that it instantly focuses on the center of the image, which is pretty cool. And then from here, what I'm going to do is change the display size to cover, and it's going to stretch it to the whole background of the section, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go over to the layout tab, and I'm going to click on right here under height. I'm going to change it to minimum height. This way I can make this section a little bit taller if I want to, so something like this. And I think that looks divine. I love this section already. And I like how this is kind of floating like this rather than being kind of pressed up against the top and bottom, where it looks like it merges these two top and bottom sections. Now that it's separate, I kind of like that. So we'll kind of leave it something like this. I think that looks good. And then from here, we can go ahead and change the about section. Now, you guys already know that you can literally just click anywhere you want when it comes to text, and you can start typing on screen. So I'm going to let you guys type out your own about section, because obviously that has to be personal to you and your business. But we can change like our story for people who love plants. We can say for people who love cookies, just like that. So there we go, for people who love cookies. And then the read more button, if we right click and say edit button, let's make sure it's going to the about page, which it isn't. So we're going to click, or we're going to backspace that, and we'll just type out about, just like this. And you'll see that about is a page right here. And so I'm going to click on that, and it's going to insert my URL automatically. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now that button is linked up. Again, you guys could change the text if you want to, but I think read more is appropriate for a button that's going to take them to the about page so that they can read more about you. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. We'll just click on update to save our work. All right, and before we move on, I just want to point out, do you guys see how easy it is to take a website from a template and make it your own? Literally all we do is just put a picture in the background and then change some text up a little bit. And then we come down here and the same thing. I just put a picture in the background, made this a little taller, and then changed the text a little bit. And so that's how you guys are going to take these templates and make them your own. So from here, we'll just scroll on down to the testimonial section. Now, I'm not going to make any changes to the testimonial section because I think it looks great on its own. So style-wise, we're not going to make any changes. The only thing that you guys need to do to come in here and change is literally just click on the pencil icon right here for the edit this testimonial. So we've got the text right here, and then we've got the little picture right here, and you guys can literally click on it and choose whatever picture you want. So, and as you can see, they've got their little profile pictures right here. So what you guys would do is just go out and get your own testimonials from clients that you guys sell to. Ask them to write you an email and just say, hey, include a picture of yourself, or don't if you don't want to, and tell me what you guys thought about the product. And then you would literally just go from the email, copy and paste it right here. So you would change it to something else, right? So obviously I don't have fake testimonials to give you guys, so I'm gonna leave these as dummy text, but this is where you guys would actually write out what the person said from their email, and then you can paste their image right here. Okay, so that's the testimonial section. We can go ahead and scroll on down a little further. Obviously, you guys know that you can also change the text if you want to change this up, and then this is just a little divider right here, which I don't really think you need to change at all. So moving on, we've got this final promotional banner right here. So this is like, hey, if you don't want to buy a plant, why don't you buy a gift card and give the gift of greenery, which is pretty cool. So what we're going to do is change the background picture again. So I just right clicked out here and said edit the section. I go to the style tab, and I'm going to change the background image to be something else. And let's just choose this one, which is like a gift box for cookies. And so now instead of giving the gift of greenery, we're going to say give the gift of cookies. And that's how easy it is, as you can see. We also have the text down below that you guys can change with like a little slogan if you want to, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. And then lastly, we have the purchase a gift card button right here. So we would say, you know, you right click on it and say edit button. And instead of saying purchase a gift card, or if that's what you're selling, you can leave it. But instead of saying purchase a gift card, you could say purchase a gift box, just like that. And then you can link the product, which right now I don't have a product to link, so I'm just gonna leave it blank. But if we have a gift box that we add later in the website, we will be able to put the URL to it right here. Okay, so now that we're done, I'm gonna click on update and scroll on down a little further. And lastly, you have just these three right here, which you've got secure payment, delivered with care, and excellent service. You guys can change these to be whatever you want. So you literally just click on it, and you'll see that I can change the icon right here, and that's the green icon. And then I can also change the text down below. So instead of saying secure payment, well, let's just leave it as secure payment with this. And if you want, instead of a lock, you could do a credit card. So again, I just clicked on the icon, and now I can search from all icons. And let's just say I wanted it to be a credit card instead. So you can say secure payment, and now it's a credit card. Delivered with care, we can leave, and I think the box is appropriate because we're selling boxes of cookies. And then excellent service, if you guys wanted to leave it with the heart in the hand, you could, or you could say something like delicious taste. And then we could change this to maybe a bakery item or cake, or let's just see what they have. Oh, they actually have a cookie. That's awesome. I can't believe it. So I'm going to click on the cookie that's like half eaten right here and click on insert. And so we've got delicious taste and there's a little cookie for us. And then if I wanted to change the text underneath, as you can see, it's right here. And so you guys can type out whatever you want, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. You guys can also change the color of these by literally clicking on it, and you can go to the style tab, and under the icon, you can change the color of the icon, but I wouldn't recommend changing them separately like that. You'll notice that the entire color of the website is green because that's what I selected. Let me show you guys how to change the entire website color in one simple click. That way you're not changing these all individually by doing this. So we're going to click on update to save our work really quickly. And let's leave Elementor open, but what we're going to do is we're going to hop out of Elementor and go back to our dashboard. And this is why I always open up on new tabs so I can always jump back to a dashboard. If you guys didn't do that, to get back to your WordPress dashboard, you click on the hamburger icon right here and you'll say exit, and then you would specify I want to go to my WordPress dashboard and then say apply. Right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and exit already. And because I didn't say okay, it's going to put me in a post. So let's just ignore that even happened. Okay. So now that we're back on our WordPress dashboard, we can go over to appearance and then click on customize right here. And again, I'm going to open it on a new tab. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to open up Elementor as well because I didn't mean to close it. I just wanted to show you guys how to get back. Okay. So now that we are under the customize tab, from here, we can go to the global tab right here and then click on colors. And this is where we can change the global color palette. And so for instance, instead of being like this green color, let's go ahead and change this right now. We might as well. And I'll choose more of like a brownish cookie color. So something like this, I think looks pretty good. And then I can copy this code really quickly. So Control Command C. I'm going to paste it onto this color and then we'll just make it a little lighter as like a secondary color, as you can see. And I could desaturate it a little bit more if I wanted to, or I could more saturate it. We'll do something like that. I think that looks pretty good. So now every time I hover on a button, it looks like it goes to this gray color right here. So you could change that if you wanted to. Lastly, we've got this color right here. So I'm going to paste the same brown color, Control V, and then I'm just going to go over and kind of desaturate my brown. So it's the same kind of brown color scheme, but it gets lighter and then darker, as you can see. Okay, and now that I've changed that color, you'll see that throughout my entire website, everything has changed to that light brown and dark brown color. And so now all three of these have changed, as well as the subscribe button down below. And then if I go to the other pages of my website, so if I go to like the About page, for example, oh, that's weird. It's not letting me go. Here, let me just publish really quickly. And we'll open our website up on a new tab. Now you'll notice that if I go to the About page, the color has also changed to this light tan color, as you can see right here. And there's the subscribe button. And then if I go to contact, we'll see if there's any more. Yep, there's the little tan right there, as well as it's using the same color. So all with one click of a button, well, a couple clicks of a button, but all with just a few clicks, you guys can change the global color palette, and then it changes the color everywhere on your website, which is pretty cool. But I'll just close out of that tab, go back to the customizer. From here, we don't really need to change the colors anymore once you guys kind of settle on whatever color you want for your business. Obviously, you want it to match your logo and you want it to match everything else. But okay, so now that we're done, I'll just close out of that, go back inside of Elementor, and actually, let me refresh the page really quickly. And then we can scroll on down just a little bit. Well, now you can see that all of the colors have changed. So now the add to basket button is changed, that one's changed. So that's pretty cool. But it looks like that was actually the last thing that we were changing on the homepage. Okay, so you're probably wondering, all right, so now we've edited the homepage. How do we edit the other pages, right? Well, it's really simple. We just close out of Elementor, we open our website up on a new tab, and then from here, we can just go to the About page and then say Edit with Elementor. It's literally that simple. And now we have the About page open inside of Elementor. Now, this tutorial is already going to be long enough just because I'm showing you guys how to build an entire e-commerce website. So what I'm going to do is leave you guys to edit your About page. I mean, literally the only thing you would have to do is probably just change this video right here, which it looks like it's a YouTube video. You guys can change this to be whatever you want. Obviously, you know, you would put in your YouTube channel with a video that you wanted to have here. And then this is just a gallery. You guys can click on it like this. And then it's, again, the same thing as the slideshow at the hero section. You click on it and you can literally rearrange the pictures. And then you can also add or edit. So if you want to remove a picture, you can just click on that little minus sign. And if you want to add pictures, you can literally just start adding them like this. But again, I'm going to let you guys play around with it. You guys know how to change your own text by literally, oops, Control Z. Okay, well, you know what? It's staying there because for some reason now my computer's glitched and I don't really care to change it. But you guys get the idea. You know how to literally click in here and you guys can start typing whatever text you want. So I'm gonna let you guys put in your own About section. And then the same thing with the contact page. Let me go ahead and open it up for you guys. I'm not gonna make a change there. We'll go to the contact page and say Edit with Elementor. And you guys can make changes to all of this. Let me just give you guys a quick little rundown. If you guys click on this little pencil icon, it's the same thing as those icons that are at the bottom of your website. You can change the icon right here, and you can choose whatever you want. And then you can change the text right here. So visit us is right here, and then the address is right here. So that's how you edit those three right here. You guys can change the text just by clicking on it if you want. And then if you want to change these icons, you just click on them. You can rearrange them by dragging like this. And then I can click on Instagram and I can literally paste in my own personal Instagram link. So for instance, if I put YouTube right here, just like this, update, and then I click on the YouTube icon right here, it would open up YouTube. So here, let me just show you guys really quickly. I'll preview the changes. I click on YouTube and then it takes me to YouTube, as you can see. So as long as you guys paste in your URLs for those 4 little icons right here, then you guys are good to go. But if you guys want to, you can also add, and then you guys can choose, instead of WordPress, you guys can choose something like Twitter if you wanted to. And then you can put in your link and so on. I'm gonna click on the X button right here just to remove it. And then the last thing is just the Google Maps right here, which you guys can go ahead and just right click on the pencil icon. Actually, you have to click on the pencil icon. And then literally you have 3 settings right here. You can just change this to Austin, Texas, because that's where I am, but of course you guys would put wherever your business is. We can increase the height a little bit, and then I can also increase the zoom or decrease the zoom. And so that's pretty much how it works. It connects directly to Google. All right, so I'm gonna click on update to save my work. I will let you guys mess around with changing your personal information here, as well as your about page. But for now, it looks like we're done customizing our website. But there's one thing that you'll notice. If we open up our website on a new tab, the homepage looks great, and it's customized to all of these cookies, ignoring the plants, of course, because we still have to add our products. But everything looks great, except for the fact that we don't have our logo up here, and we also need to change the navigation menu because it still says plants. So that's what we're going to do in the next step. Next, I'm going to show you guys all how to customize your header, footer, and logo, and I'm also going to show you guys how to build your own logo for free. So let's go ahead and jump right into changing your navigation menu and your logo. And so in order to do that, we're just going to go back to that Customizer tab, which you can go to by clicking right here on Customize when you're previewing your website, or if you're on your dashboard, you can just go over to Appearance and click on Customize right here. Both are the same thing. So if you were customizing the page with me, you can just do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the first thing, which is the logo right over here in the top left corner. If you guys want to add a logo to your website, you'll go over to the header builder and you can click on site title and logo right here. Now, I'm actually going to show you guys how you can build a logo completely for free without having to pay for it. Let's go ahead and go open a new tab and we'll go to a website called Logo Maker, just like this. And then we can click on Start My Design right here. And we'll create a new design. Okay, so let me give you guys a quick rundown of how to use Logo Maker. It's super easy. Up here in the top left corner, you've got the search bar where you can look through like 3 million different graphics that they have available, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, over 3 million graphics, so that's pretty cool. You guys have your categories right here that you can look through as well. I'm gonna click on Back to Canvas in the top right corner. Over here on the left, we've got things like text, shapes, and the paint bucket, as well as undo, which there's nothing to undo because we haven't even started yet. But we've got text right here, so you can add text, and then we can hit, let's add a square, and as you guys can see, I can just start dragging things around. I'm gonna highlight everything by just clicking and dragging and just hitting the delete key. Over here on the right-hand side, well, actually, let me get you guys an example. Over here on the right-hand side, we've got the saturation square, so I can desaturate and saturate if I want to, black and white. And then we have the color wheel, right? And then over here, we have the layer tab, which you can kind of barely see because this is on top of it. There we go. There's layers. And you can also drag these around, by the way. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that square. So in order to build a logo, let's go ahead and just start by adding some text right here, and I'm just gonna say cookies. Just like this. And I can go ahead and change the color to kind of match that brown color. Actually, if it's still on my clipboard, I can literally just paste it right here. So Control-Command-V, it is cool. But you guys can go back to your website if you want and pull that same brown color, which is right here. And you guys can go ahead and paste it in so it matches your website. And then from here, what I'm gonna do is actually delete this O and put a double space so that there's an opening right here. Next, what I'm gonna do is click on the little style icon right here, and I'm just gonna increase the letter spacing. So something like this. And then I'll go over here and choose my font. And so I can choose a handwriting category, and then I can actually choose my font over here, as you guys can see. I'm gonna use the corner right here to drag this to make it a lot bigger, something like this. And then lastly, I'm gonna look for a cookie. All right, I think a lot of these look really good, but I kind of like this one because it's a little bit more realistic. I'm gonna go ahead and paste in that color. So Control-Command-V, just like this. Okay, it's not working for some reason. So I'm gonna go back to my cookie text, Control-C, and then I'll click on my cookie and hit Control-V. There we go. For some reason, it took 3 times to do it. That's pretty cool. Then I can also drag the cookie over here into my logo and then just resize it a little bit.
So something like this. And so that is kind of my logo. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and replace or redo the spacing a little bit. So let's go ahead and shrink it up just a little bit. And then I'll add the cookie into the center. So cookies, that's our logo. And then the last thing I'm going to do is go over to the text button again. And this time we'll choose something a little bit more like cursive or something. Let's see what we have here. Maybe something like this. And we'll say from Levi. All right, and let's just make it black so it's easier to see right now. I don't actually like that one. Let's pick something else. Maybe this one? Oh, that's way fancier. I like that a lot. Okay. And then I'm also going to go ahead and reduce the letter spacing because the cursive needs to look like it's actually touching. So something like this. There we go. And then we can go ahead and apply the same color scheme to it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, Control C or Command C, and then I'll paste it right here. All right, so cookies from Levi, something like that. Right? So there's like my new logo. And of course you guys can create this logo to be specifically for your business, obviously not a cookie logo. I mean, unless you're building a cookie, you know, baking business or whatever. But so here's my logo ready to go. Whenever you guys are done and ready to download your logo completely for free, we're going to go up here to the top right corner and click on save right here. It's going to ask you to click on download your files right here, which again, you'll be taken to another page where it's going to convert and then ask you to pay like $30 for the super high resolution file right here. As you can see, we're not going to do that. We're going to say download the low resolution PNG file for free. And then all you got to do is put in your email. They're going to send it to you. And then you can say, I accept, and then just hit send to email. And then once you're done, you can hit send to email, and then you can go check your email and download your logo completely for free, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out of these two tabs because I already downloaded it off camera. And so what we're gonna do is, again, we're back here on the Customize tab. And so if you guys closed out of this, just to go to Logo Maker, from the dashboard, we just go to Customize right here. And so now we're on the Customize tab, and we're gonna go over to Site Title and Logo, and you can see Green Store is the logo. We're gonna go ahead and click on Change, and then from here, we can upload our own, which here's this one, which I think I already off camera said cookies, but from Caroline instead of from Levi, because I forgot that I was going to make it myself the person baking the cookies rather than some fake person. So you guys can just appreciate the fact that my name is now Caroline. So I'm going to click on select. I'm going to skip the cropping. And now you'll see that my logo is displayed up here in the top left corner. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that you need to do is go over to customize your transparent header, and you can also paste it here. I'm not sure why it's displaying the regular logo on a transparent header. Most of the time when there's a transparent header, you actually have to change it here. So just in case for some reason something's glitching, I'm gonna go ahead and change it here just to be safe. But change image, we're gonna select the same logo again and place it on our website. There we go. Now, once you're done inserting your logo right here, which again, you're supposed to have to do it right here on the transparent header, you can also play around with the logo width by just dragging this slider right here, as you can see. And so I'm going to leave it pretty big so that you guys can see it. And we'll click on publish to save our work. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, wow, I can barely even see the logo. Well, that's because I forgot that I wanted the background to be a bright background instead of a dark background. That's my bad. So really quickly, let's jump back into Elementor and we'll make that change. And you guys remember how, again, dashboard, you click on the name and you click on edit with Elementor. I went a little fast, but it's because I assume you guys already kind of remember that. So we're gonna go back here and edit the section, and I totally forgot to do this. We'll go to the style tab, and after we added in the background slideshow, we're supposed to go down to background overlay, and I wanted to change this to a white color. So we'll click on the little globe icon right here, and we'll change it to like this white color right here. And so now it's gonna be super easy to see the logo, but it's kind of hard to see this text. So we're also gonna change this as well. But I think the white background kind of looks nice. It's more of like a light, airy background rather than being dark and black, you know? So we'll kind of brighten things up just a little bit. I think it looks pretty good. So now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and just change the color of the text. We're literally just gonna click on it, go to the style tab, change the color to this theme color 3, which is black text. We'll do the same thing for this heading. We'll go over there, style tab, theme color, or it's 3, my bad. I think I said 6, whatever. And the button's actually fine on its own. But now that we're done, we can click on update to save our work. I thought for a bakery, you'd want things a little bit more light and airy rather than like a dark theme. So we're going for the light theme here. Okay, so now that we made the change, we can close the tab and we can actually refresh this page as well. Make sure you clicked on publish your work right here in the top, and then let's refresh the page. And now you'll be able to see the logo so much easier. Okay, yeah, there we go. So now we can see the logo, cookies in the top left corner, and we've got our website ready to go. So now that the logo's up there, we can go over here to the navigation menu, which obviously is kind of hard to see. So we should probably change the color and then also change this plant word right here. So we're gonna go back into the header builder from the main menu, right? So I went back here just in case, but you guys should already be inside of the header builder. So now inside of header builder, we're gonna go down to, let's see here. First, we're gonna go to transparent header, and then we'll go to the design tab right here, because this is where we're gonna change the color of the text. So again, from the header builder, we go to transparent header, design, and this is where we can change, where is it? Menu color right here. So menu color is white and then even brighter white. So what we're gonna do is change this over to our black, and then we can make our hover active color, this one, we can make this like our tan color. So now whenever I hover over these, they turn tan, which is the same color scheme as the website. And then also, as you can tell, this logo I made off camera was not the same color that I chose today. So that's funny, but just appreciate the fact that, you know, or just pretend that it is. Anyways, we'll see that the active color as well as the hover color is tan. Because here, let me hover my mouse right here. You'll see that it says hover and active. So if I'm on the home page, the home page is active. If I go to the about page is supposed to be active tan. Well, now the hovering's not even working. Oh, that's because it's not on the transparent header anymore. Haha, that's funny. But on the home page, whatever you hover on is tan. So actually we should make that change on the regular header as well. So let's go ahead and click on the back button here, and we'll go over here to the primary menu and then go to design, and we'll make the same thing happen here. The menu color should be black as the regular, and then we can change, now they actually separate them when it's not a transparent header. So now I've got hover and active, but I'm just gonna set them both to tan. I totally forgot about this too. I'm being very forgetful this time. We'll click on publish to save our work. So now when you go to the about page, whatever tab you're on is gonna be tan, as you can see. And then if I go to contact, now the contact tab is tan. And I still have the hover as well, right? So that's because we have two different type of navigation headers up here. When I'm on the white background, it's not transparent, it's actually a white background. So it's the regular menu. And then when I'm on the home page, it's actually the transparent header that's been activated. So I know that might sound a little confusing, but at least now you guys know that you can change the color in both aspects. I just wanted to make that really clear to you guys. Don't ask me why they make it complicated like that, but they do. So, okay, so now that we've changed the color, let's also change the text right here. And to do that, we're gonna click on the back button, go back to the main, menu here, and we'll go over here to menus. And then we're gonna click on primary right here. It's just called primary. You can literally title it whatever you want. So if I title it primary menu, which I think is more appropriate, and hit publish, if I click on the back button, now it's literally called primary menu. That's just a title for you to know what it is. So I'm just gonna click on primary menu right here. Okay, so now that we're editing this navigation menu up on top, which now all of a sudden disappeared. Let me refresh the page. Sometimes this happens inside of the customizer. It's a little buggy sometimes. Just refresh the page and there it is, as you can see. Because this is a preview of your website, it's not the actual website. Okay, so we'll go back to menus, click back on primary menu. And so now if you wanna reorder these, you can just by dragging them. So if I put plants on top, now you'll see that plants is in the front and home is over here, but I'm gonna put home on top. But if you wanna change the title of it, you can literally just click on it. And as you can see, it's taking you to the shop page, but it's titled plants. So if I change this to say cookies maybe, now it's the cookie page, And if you're selling, presets for like Lightroom and videography presets, then you would say presets. Or if you're selling, clay models that you make, then you would say clay models or something like that. Or you could literally just call it the shop page if you want. But now you guys know that you can literally change this to obviously whatever business you guys are running. I'm just doing cookies. Okay, so now we've got the home page, the cookies, the about, and the contact page, right? If you guys wanted to change the title of any of these, again, you can literally just click right here and like start changing it if you want to. You can also, on top of reordering them like this, which it looks like I accidentally dragged that inside. On top of reordering them like this, you can also click on it and hit remove, and it'll take it away. If, for instance, you don't want an about page, you could just remove the about page, and then people can't go to it anymore. Okay, oh, and I dragged it again. That's my bad. It's like so touchy. By the way, whenever you drag it inward like this, it makes it a drop down, as you can see. So now it's underneath about. So maybe you have cookies and then you have like chocolate chips, sugar cookie, and something else. You can make them drop downs underneath cookies if you wanted to. It's that little dotted line, as you can see. So if I move over, it's up against the edge, and if I move it this way, you see that? That's how you make it a main menu item. So now it's appearing. Okay, so now I'm gonna click on publish to save my work, and we are done editing the header of our website. Now we can drop down to the footer. So I'm gonna click on the back button a couple times. We'll scroll all the way down to the bottom of the website, and we have our footer. Now the footer is the exact same as editing the header. We'll scroll on down here. We can click on footer builder down below, and we've got all of our items over here. You'll also notice that we have a graphical display of what's actually appearing right here. Same as when we actually make changes in the header builder. So when I make the header builder, you'll see that I've got the logo over here on the left. I've got the primary menu, basket, and account button. So there's the menu, basket, and account button right there, right? So when I edit with the footer builder, at the very bottom of the website, same thing, graphical display. So I've got right here widget 1 and a footer menu right here. So widget 1, I'm actually curious, what even is it? Let's click on it right here. Say got it. It looks like it's literally nothing. I don't even know why it's there. So what I'm gonna do, it looks like it's over here too, as you can see. This is widget 1. Well, no, it isn't. That's actually the menu. Interesting. Let's go back to the footer builder. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna delete it. So I'm gonna click on remove from the grid, and it didn't do anything, of course, because it wasn't doing anything. So as you can see, we've got the footer menu right up here. We've got widget 2, widget 3, widget 2, and social. So it looks like they're stacked vertically. We've got the text is going to be widget 3. The subscription box is widget 2, and then social are these buttons right here. So if I click on widget 3, you can't see it because the text is white. So if I click right here, you'll see that I have to highlight it, as you can see. But the text is right here. So you guys can type out whatever you want, and then you would have to change the text color in here. It's the weirdest thing. Don't ask me why, but you have to. And then when you're done changing it, if you don't want it to say subscribe to newsletter, you would change the text right here. And then widget 2 is the actual newsletter sign up, which is right here. And that's just a WP Forms widget, which is built into your website right here. It's a plugin. It's the same plugin that's actually causing your website to have a contact page. So this right here, this is your WP Forms widget right here. And I'll show you guys how to use that in just a second, but just so you guys understand, this is a form right here with just one box. And then down below, we have the socials right here. And so the socials are how you can change these 3 icons. Basically the same as Elementor. You can drag them to reorder them, as you can see. You click on it, and then you just paste your URL right here so that when someone clicks on it, it goes to this place. So for Instagram, you would go to your, you'd open a new tab, find your Instagram, copy the URL, and then you would paste it right here. And then you would do the same thing for both of those. And then you can also add more social icons right here. They've got a lot of them. So you can put like a phone number, you can put, the Mio, you can put TikTok, you can put YouTube, whatever you guys want. Okay, once you guys are done with your social icons, you can publish and save. So that's how you can change these 3 right here. You've got your copyright at the bottom, which as you can see is right here. So if I click on it, you can literally just change your copyright, which right now it's pulling short code. So it's taking copyright, which is the symbol, current year, which is 2023, site title, which I titled my website, capwcookies.com. And then it says powered by site title. So powered by capwcookies.com. So this is just text. You guys can literally type whatever you want here, just like this, and it's literally going to type it down below as well. So you guys can do what you want for your copyright. That's just how you can change it if you want. Okay, and then lastly, we have the little navigation menu right here, which is the footer menu. It's the exact same navigation menu as this one up here. So you guys don't really have to make any changes to it because people can click on About Page from here and go straight to your About Page. Okay, so that's how you edit the header, footer, and logos of your website. Now, that last thing I told you was I was gonna show you how to use WP Forms really quickly because I totally forgot to do it while we were editing the website. So I'm gonna close out of my customizer because I don't need it anymore. And really quickly, let me just show you guys how to use the contact form right here. We'll go over here to WP Forms just like this and open it up on a new tab. And you'll see that you have only one, you have 2 forms. Simple contact form, which is this one. And then you have the newsletter sign up form, which is this one. So there's 2 different ones, right? And you'll notice if I click on edit on simple contact form, you'll see it says name, email, content. And then up here, I've got name, email, and content. Well, comment, whatever. And then same thing, if I were to click, let's close out of this one really quickly. We'll go over here to the newsletter sign up form. Literally just has your email and then a subscribe button. And it just says your email address, subscribe, right? So the forms are already built for you guys. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you need to do is just double check that it's going to the correct email. Because anytime someone enters in their information here, so if they put like, my name's Levi, here's my email, and hey, I wanted to ask if you guys sell, dark chocolate for the for the chocolate chip cookie or something like that. If someone asks you a question and hit submit, it's gonna email this information to your email. That's how this works. And so you want to make sure that it's the correct email. So again, when you go to WP Forms in your WordPress dashboard, you can just edit the contact form by clicking on edit just like this. And then from here, we'll go over to the settings tab right here on the left-hand side. And then you'll go over to, I think it's notifications or confirmation. Yep, notifications. So under notifications, you can change the send to email address. So where are they going to send all of this stuff that just got entered? Here's your email. Now it's pulling short code automatically. It's just going to send it straight to your admin email. So whatever you signed up as your admin email for WordPress when you were signing up for your domain name hosting, then it's going to pull that email. If you want it to be a different one, like let's just say you have a business email that you wanted to use instead, then you guys can literally just type it in right here if you want to. And then you can also customize how the email appears to you. So it'll say the email subject line will be new simple contact form entry. You can change this to be something like CAPW cookies contact form, whatever you guys want. The from name is going to say it's from the plant shop. So let's change this to CAPW cookies. CAPW cookie shop, or if you want, you just take that off. There we go. So just like this. And then the from email will also say admin email because it's just pulling it straight from. Now your from email is just going to pull your admin email again. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. But that's how you guys can kind of customize how the notifications come into your inbox. When you're done making those changes, you can just click on save right here and you guys are good to go. Now, whenever someone enters in, information here like Levi, email, and then hello, and you click on submit, it's just going to go straight to your inbox. And it'll say, thanks for contacting us. We'll be in touch with you shortly, just like that. And then right here, they could put their email and hit subscribe. And then whatever they put in is going to go straight into your email. Okay, so that is how you guys can mess around with your header, footer, and logos. And we also touched on WP Forms because there's a form in your footer. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the WordPress dashboard.
Now that your website is set up, it's time to add products to your e-commerce store. I'm going to show you guys how to add 6 different types of products to your website. First is a simple product, which is just a basic product with no options. Next, we have a variable product, which is a product that can have different sizes or colors. Then we have a digital product, which is something digital that can be purchased online like an online course. Next, we have a downloadable product, which is something that can be downloaded immediately after purchase like an ebook. Next, we have the affiliate product, which is basically selling someone else's product on your website and then just making a commission on the sale. And finally, we have a grouped product, which is basically like a bundle of multiple products from your website. So from here on out, the rest of this entire tutorial is going to be focused on WooCommerce. Let's go ahead and get started on a simple product.
So in order to add a product, we're going to go over here from our WordPress dashboard, of course, over here to products, and then we're literally going to hover over it and then click on add new right here. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and go over to products really quickly just to show you guys all of the default products that come with this template. There's a ton of them. So what we're going to do is just hit this one little checkbox to highlight them all. Bulk actions, move to the trash bin, apply. So we're going to delete all of these default products because they just come with the templates that it's full, but we're going to go ahead and just delete them all really quickly. So we'll just move to bin again and click apply and we're done. Okay, so now we can click on add new product. So the first product that we're going to make is a simple product. And so we get to choose a title for the product or the product name. And so I'm literally going to call this, just for ease of understanding, simple product. Just like that. Now, obviously, this is not what you would want to actually call it on your website. What you'd want to call it is what it is. For instance, if I were to go to Amazon, I can't type, there we go. If I were to just go to like Amazon really quickly and just look at a random product, I'm just gonna click on something, whatever just pops up first. Let's just look at a hoodie really quickly. Sure, okay. So this is what we're making right now, which is the product title right here, okay? And so you wouldn't want to call it simple product. You'd want to literally call it, you know, a BTF BM women's 2023 fall fashion quarter zip sweatshirt, you know, if that's what you were selling, for example. But I'm going to call it a simple product so that when you're looking at this tutorial, you can see exactly which product is what and why. Okay, so this is the simple product that we're creating, and we could even say simple product, and we could just say chocolate chip cookies. Just like that. Okay, so the next thing we have is the product description, which on Amazon, this is basically the product description right here. So it's all of the super important necessary information that you need before you buy a product. It gives you like all the size dimensions, you know, what the materials were used and all of that stuff. So this is where you would put in all of that information right here. But because I don't have all this information about cookies, I'm just gonna put a bunch of dummy text in here. So we're just gonna use a dummy text generator, and we're just gonna take something like this, Control-Command-C, and we're gonna paste it right here. But what we're gonna do is first say product description, and then I'm just gonna paste this a bunch of times. Okay, so the product description, whenever we actually paste this product onto our website, I'm gonna basically point this out to you guys and say, you know, here's the product description, and that's because I put it right here. So this is just to show you guys where this actually shows up. Okay, so now that we have our title right here in our product description, we can scroll on down to all of the data that we need about this product. Now, a simple product is the easiest product to make. You just say, hey, I'm selling a cookie, so here's the information about it, here's the price, done, right? So for a simple product, we don't even have to change anything. We're just gonna stick to simple right here, and we can just set a price. And so let's just say that this dozen of cookies is, I don't know, let's just call it like 20 bucks. I don't know if that's a lot or a little. Tiff's Treats gets kind of expensive, but you know, I'll let you guys price out your own cookies. We're just gonna say it's $20 for just a lack of any kind of information. So $20 for this simple product, which is just gonna be some chocolate chip cookies, okay? You can also set a sale price by clicking right here, and you could say, instead of $20, it's on sale for, you know, $15. So something like this. And then you can also schedule out the sale. So we could say like from today until the end of the month. And so what's going to happen is it's going to be on sale up until this date, and then it's just going to cancel and it goes back to the $20. So you guys can schedule your prices if you guys want to. I'm just going to go ahead and remove it, and I'll just remove the sale price as well. Actually, because this is the first product, I'll leave it on sale for $15 just so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, next we can go to the inventory tab, and this is where you just set up your inventory tracking on your own website so that you know, without having to go out into your own warehouse and check how many products you actually have, you can actually keep stock of it on your website right here, which is a really nice feature. We can set up an SKU, which is a stock keeping number. As you can see, SKU refers to a stock keeping unit number. It's kind of like a license plate or an ID number for each individual product. And so I'm just going to say 00001. And for the next product we do, it'll be 00002. And then the next product will be 00003. You guys get the idea. You're basically just making it a unique identifier so that someone could put this into a search bar and only this product is going to pop up. Okay, so now we've got the SKU done. Pretty simple. We can now choose to actually manage our stock or not. If we don't, then all we have is just in stock, out of stock, or back order, and that's not going to change. So it's just going to stay static like that. Now, if we do choose to manage our stock, we can click on the checkbox right here, and we can choose how much we actually have in quantities. So let's say I go to my warehouse and I found out that I have 50 of these cookie gift boxes or whatever. So we'll just say 50 in the quantity right here. Now we can ask if we want to allow back orders. So for instance, if I run out of these 50 cookies, do I want people to still be allowed to order this cookie even though I have it out of stock? So that's what a back order is. You can say do not allow, but notify the customer, and then just plain simple allow. If you're gonna allow back orders, I would make sure that you at least notify the customer. Like you're basically telling them, hey, this is out of stock, just so you know, so you're gonna have to wait until it gets back in stock and then we can ship your order. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as allow, but notify customer. I'm gonna let you guys decide whether or not you guys actually want to allow them or not. Next, we have the low stock threshold. And so the low stock threshold is pretty self-explanatory. Basically at, let's just say 10 boxes of cookies left, it's going to alert me in my back end here that I only have 10 cookies left and I need to make another order quickly to get more stock ready to go. So after I've sold 40 of these cookies and it gets down to 10 left, it's gonna let me know. So there's your low stock threshold. The last thing we have is sold individually, and you can basically choose to make sure that people cannot order multiple of this product. And so for instance, if I go to Amazon, I don't think Amazon's even gonna be a good example. Let me show you guys this in just a second when we actually preview the product. But basically you're allowing them to purchase multiple, where there's gonna be like a little icon where they can add products to it, or if they can just purchase it individually. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this unchecked for now, and then in a little bit we'll come back and I'll show you guys what it looks like when you do check it. Okay, so next we can go over to the shipping tab. So under the shipping tab, this is where you're gonna put in the dimensions of the package when you send it. So you've got the weight of however many of these cookies weigh. I don't know how much, cookies weigh, a dozen. I don't know, maybe like 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, something like that. I'm gonna leave it blank, but because this is an example, but you guys can put in the actual weight of your product here. And then you also have the dimensions right here. So you've got length, width, and height. Now you'll notice that it's in kilograms and centimeters right now. If you guys want to change this, it's really easy to do. Let's go ahead and let's publish this really quickly just so that we save our work, because we're gonna come right back to it, because I have to go somewhere else to show you guys where you can change your dimensions here. We're gonna go over to WooCommerce and we'll drop down to settings just like this. We'll scroll on down under the general tab, and it's going to be right down here at the bottom. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this is for currency. If you want to change your currency, that's what it was. So your currency, you can choose to whatever you want, but I'm going to leave it on United States dollar because that's where I am. And then once you guys like your currency, we can go over here to the products tab, and this is where you guys can change right here under measurements. As you can see, we've got the weight and dimensions. So I can change my dimensions to be in inches if I want, and then I can change my weight to be in pounds, or vice versa if you guys want. But you guys can choose your dimensions here, and then just click on Save Changes. So that's how you can change your dimensions, your measurements, as well as your currency, which is over here on the General tab. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to my simple product here, and if we refresh the page, you'll see that this is gonna change. We'll go to shipping, and now it says pounds and inches. And so you guys can put how many pounds it weighs and how many inches in your dimensions here. Okay, so now that you guys are done with the shipping tab, we can move under linked products, which I'm actually going to cover at the very end after we've already created all these products, because this is something completely separate. So this will be in the next step. We're going to skip this. Attributes is for the next product type, which is variables. So we're not even going to touch attributes. Under advanced, if you want, you can put a purchase note right here, which basically after they click on the purchase button, it's just going to say whatever you put right here. So if you say something like, thank you so much for placing your order, we'll get it to you as soon as possible, it's going to show up right afterwards. It's kind of similar to the contact form on your website, for instance. Whenever I hit submit and then it had that little saying right here that said, thanks for contacting us, we'll be in contact shortly or whatever. It's the same thing. As soon as you click on the purchase button, it's going to put whatever that purchase note is. So you guys have the option to do that if you want to. And then the last two are just plugins that you can download into WooCommerce, but they don't come with it, so we're going to skip them as well. So just a quick overview for the simple product. We've got the title, the main description, and then so far we've also come down here and we chose simple product, and then we just went through the tabs one by one, right? Okay, so now we can drop on down to the product short description. And so this is separate from the main description. So if I go up to Amazon, the short description is where most of this information would go on your website, but not in the title. So let me go ahead and just show you guys really quickly, because at this point I've already clicked on publish, so it's good to go. I'm gonna just go ahead and put in short description. Okay, we're just gonna say short description goes right here. And as soon as I publish the product, so let me click on update to save my work really quickly. If I click on preview changes right here, you'll get to see what the product actually looks like on your website. And so as you can see, we've got the title, simple product, chocolate chip cookie. And so that is this part right here. The description is gonna show up down below. So let me go back. The description is down here. Under description, we have the main paragraphs that I pasted earlier. So that's what this description goes to. Obviously, we have the price and the inventory and shipping and all of that stuff. So if I go back up here, we'll see that it says 50 are available in stock. Here's the price. And also there's the regular price and the sales price, right? So all the information is right here. And then if I go over to my product, here we go. The product short description. So short description goes right here. As you can see, short description goes right here. So the short description is right underneath the price. It's basically what they're going to see right here, right before they can scroll on down and get all of the massive amount of information at the very bottom. So you guys can kind of put in whatever pertinent information you guys think would go right here under the price. Okay. Also, while we're at it, let me go over here to inventory. If I say sold individually, this little option right here to add multiple, to add to basket is just going to disappear. That's all it does. So for instance, if I say sold individually like this, and I click on update and I go back and refresh the page, you'll see that now it just removes that option. I can only purchase one. I have to hit add to basket. So for a simple product, that's probably not what you're going to want to do because you want people to be able to purchase as many cookies as you want in this example. So I'm going to leave it unchecked, but there are a few examples where you would want to actually limit how many times they can purchase it. And we'll get to that soon. Okay. So we went ahead and already scrolled all the way down, right? So we've already handled everything. We've got the title, we've got the main description, all of the product data, and then the short description. Over here on the right-hand side is where we can update the product, obviously, to publish it to our website. This is where we're going to enter in the product image, which is really important. We'll do that right now. And we can choose the image from our computer. So I'm going to upload the files. And I'm going to go to my simple product, and I have my 4 images right here. I'm just going to upload them all really quickly. And then I'm going to first choose the main image, which is going to be this one. And then I can choose a gallery right afterwards. And so I'll select the rest of them. So it'll be this one, this one, this one, and this one, I think. Oh, I have to add them one by one. Okay, so let's click on this one, say add to gallery. Then we'll add this one to gallery. And finally, we'll add this one to gallery. Okay, and then you can also rearrange them just by dragging them like this, and then we can click on update to save. So now when I preview this purchase, or this product, you'll see the product image right here, and then you've got all of the available images down below right here. And don't worry, I know it looks a little pixely right now. I'm gonna show you guys how to change this to make it actually look a little bit better later. I actually personally don't like how it makes this image so massive, and I'm gonna show you guys how to change this. Actually, you know what? Just so that for the rest of the products, it looks good, let's go ahead and just change that right now. In order to change this, we're gonna go to the Customize tab really quickly. From here, we're gonna go to, oh, it automatically does it for me. Single product, but let me show you guys just in case it didn't do it. From the main menu, we're gonna go to WooCommerce, and then from here, we're gonna go to single product. And you're just gonna change full width over to normal. Ah, there we go. So much better. Now, all of a sudden, it looks so much more natural and regular like most e-commerce stores. I don't know why by default it goes to full width. I personally don't like how that looks. Normal looks normal. So we're gonna stick to this one. Click on publish to save your work, close out of that tab. And now if we preview the changes, it looks so much better. And then we can click on each image right here and they're crystal clear. Obviously not when I zoom in because, you know, but then I can click on this picture, crystal clear. So that looks good. We have one last thing to do, and that would be product categories and tags right here. Okay, so product categories is pretty simple. It looks like we actually have a ton of categories that we should probably delete. Let's do that really quickly. I'm gonna go over here to categories over here on the left-hand side and open it on a new tab. From here, I'm literally gonna select all of them and delete these categories. There we go. Okay, and now we're just gonna close out of this tab. And then we can go ahead and refresh this page. Let me click on update first to save my work. And actually the update, yep, refreshed the page. Perfect. So product categories are pretty self-explanatory. It's the same thing as when you go to Amazon and you can literally shop by department. I think it's somewhere in here. Oh, shop by department. These are categories. You've got clothing, Amazon Fresh, books, computers, smart home, pet supplies, food and grocery. On a clothing store, you might have different categories like men, women, kids, summer, winter, those kinds of things. But for a cookie, you know, a bakery or something like that, you might have things like chocolate chip cookies, or you might have party bags. You might have like those kinds of categories. You guys can decide which one you guys want. I'm just going to add a new category really quickly, and we're just going to call it cookies. Just in case I'm selling something, well, I am selling something else on this website. So cookies are gonna be important. We'll click on add new category just like this. And you'll notice that I selected parent category, so it's another main category. I'm also gonna uncheck uncategorized. So now it's a main category. I can make a subcategory underneath cookies if I select it and then say chocolate chip. So now someone can go to my website and look for cookies, and then they can also go to chocolate chip cookies, which it's glitching out right now and not showing it. Let me go ahead and update and refresh the page really quickly. And now you'll see that we have another category for chocolate chip underneath cookies, and we can check it. So just further categorization of this product. Okay, so next what we can do is go to product tags. Now tags are, how do I explain it? You're gonna have a search bar on your website and someone's gonna wanna search for cookies. And if they put in cookies or whatever they put in the search bar, you want this product to show up. So if, for example, they searched for cookies, now that I've added this as a tag to this product, it will find this product. So let's go ahead and add something else like chocolate chip. We could add plain. Well, I don't know if a chocolate chip is actually plain, but you guys get the idea. You can add tags that describe anything that you can think of to describe whatever this product is. You want to put as many tags as you can so that you have a higher chance of this product showing up when someone is looking for whatever keyword they're typing in, if that makes sense. Okay, so now that we've done all of that, we're pretty much good to go. We can click on update and our first product is done. We've got the simple product on our website, good to go. So let's go ahead and, well, first of all, I'll preview it now that it's finished. Just to show you guys, you've got your main image, the 3 different images as well. You've got your description down below, also the reviews. When people start leaving reviews on your website, they'll be able to do it right here. And then you have your title, your price right here, your short description, your inventory, and then also your SKU. So if someone wants to save this for later, they can copy paste it. And you'll also see all the metadata, so like categories like chocolate chip and cookies and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just close out of this tab. And now we can add a new product. And this time it's gonna be the variable product. So this is the second one on the list of 6 that we're gonna be doing. So for the variable product, I'm just gonna title it variable. And I'm just gonna call it a batch of cookies because the reason I'm gonna make a variable product is to say that you can order 3 different sizes or quantities of cookies, right? So again, we'll just say product description. I'm just gonna copy and paste this as the dummy text down here. We don't really need this example anymore. So we've got the category here. I'll put my product description. The short description, you guys can put whatever you want. I'm just gonna put some dummy text down there as well. Okay, so we've got our descriptions out of the way. We'll move on down and now we've got product data. First, we've gotta actually select variable product because that's what this is. And it's gonna tell you, hey, you gotta add some attributes. Remember how I told you we're gonna skip over this? Well, now we're gonna use it, so got it. Okay, so we've got a variable product. You'll notice that the price is gone because we actually have to set individual prices, and we'll get there, trust me. So again, we have yet to set up an SKU, so I'm gonna say 00002, because this is my second product, and so I've got my variable SKU 0002. Okay, so next we've got our stock management. Do you guys wanna actually track stock of your product? Yes, and you guys have all of the same options. So quantity, how many you have in stock? Let's just say 100. And you can ask if you want to allow or notify the customer or just allow or don't. For the back orders, I'll let you guys do what you want here. Low stock threshold, we'll just say is 10 again. And if you want to sell them individually or not, which I'm going to leave this open because again, this is another product where I want them to buy as many as possible. Okay, so next we can go over to the shipping tab where we've got things like the same shipping dimensions that we have to put in. So I'm going to let you guys do that on your own. Under linked products, again, we're going to skip over these because this is the last thing we're going to do inside of adding 6 products. So this is the 7th thing we're going to do at the very end. So I'm going to skip over this. We'll go over here to attributes. And now attributes and variations are what we're going to be building for a variable product. So attributes are things like size and color. As you can see, here's an example. And then variations would be small, medium, large, red, blue, green. Does that make sense? So attributes are like the category and then variations are the actual things inside of the categories. Okay, so first let's create an attribute. And so in order to add new, we can literally just start right here because we don't have one yet. So for the name of the attribute, I'm just gonna say size because this is like the size of the order. And then inside of size, we can choose how many variations we have and they have to be differentiated by the vertical line right here. So for instance, I would say, let's say a half dozen, and then we'll separate it by that vertical line and we'll say a dozen. And then we can say, let's just say like their, I don't know, their catering box or something like that. Something like that. Okay. And then we can click on Save Attributes. Make sure both of these are checked because we want to use them for variations. So we'll click on Save Attributes and now we have size. If we had size and color, we could click Add New again and then we could create color and now you would have 2. But I'm going to go ahead and just remove that because we only need size. We'll go over here to the variations and we're going to generate variations based on our attributes. So click on Generate. And because we only had one attribute with 3 options in it, it's just gonna create 3 options. It's pretty simple. The reason that you wanna generate it is because if I had sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, and then I had colors are blue, green, yellow, black, orange, and gray, then it would have to be a small black, medium black, large black, XL black, small orange, medium orange, large orange. Like you can see how you start multiplying very quickly. So that's why they have a generate variation button rather than adding manually. But because we only have one with 3 inside of it, It's just 1 times 3. So there's 3 options. Not a big deal. Okay, so now we have to edit each one of these individually as a simple product, if that makes sense. So we'll click on this one, we can put a picture and a price. And then we'll close it. We can click on this one and then put a picture and a price. And then finally, we can click on this one, put a picture and a price. As you can see, it's got all of the information of a simple product. We've got an SKU, a price, a sale price, the weight and dimensions, right? Because that's like the shipping tab. And then we have, let's see, the description right here. So each one of these is like a simple product all nested into one. So let's start with the half dozen. We'll add a picture. And so let me go ahead and upload the files really quickly because I created a variable product. And so the half dozen, I just chose this picture because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not even a half dozen, it's 5 cookies, but you guys get the idea. We're gonna click on set variation image. Okay, and then your SKU, we'll just say 00003, I think is what we're up to. So that's the half dozen. Let's set a price for, I don't know, 20 bucks for a half dozen. Well, I think the regular product would, let's just say $15 for a half dozen. And then you guys can put all the other information if you want in here. Close out of half dozen. And now we're gonna go into the dozen. So from here, SKU 4, I think, and then we'll go over here and set a price for it. Let's just say if you want a full dozen, we'll discount it and we'll make it like $22. And then the picture. So we'll say that this is a full dozen, even though this is only 8 cookies. I was having trouble finding pictures of a perfect half dozen, a full dozen, and then like a massive bundle of cookies. So, you know, this is me just trying to create a little example for you guys. It's the best I could do. Okay, so now that we've got a regular price, you guys can set up all your information. Lastly, we will edit the catering box and we'll select the massive pile of cookies here. And we'll go to the SKU. I think we're up to 5 now. And the regular price, let's just call this like $45 or something like that for that many cookies. Okay, that was an accident. You don't want to select downloadable because this is not, you don't download cookies, you ship them. They're physical. Okay, so now that we're done, we've done the half dozen, dozen, and catering box. We can click on Save Changes. And then from here, there's not really anything else we have to do. We don't need to do swatches. We don't have to do the advanced purchase note. You guys can do this if you want, but you don't have to. And then the last 2 are plugins. So over here on the right-hand side, we have the product image, which you do need to set a default image, even though you already selected 3 individual images for the variations. So the product image, I'm just going to select one of them. We'll just choose this one for now. Actually, we'll pick this one. I think that looks cinematic. And we don't really need a gallery because as people click on the different variations, it's going to show 3 different pictures. And I'll show you guys in just a second. Okay, so now that we've added our picture, we can add categories. And these are still chocolate chip cookies, so we could throw it into the cookie category with chocolate chip if we wanted to. And then we could also add tags. So I'm just trying to think of any words that someone would put into a search bar if they were looking for a large order of cookies. So I put half dozen, dozen, catering, large, bundle, many. You guys get the idea. Just throw a ton of these in here that apply to this product so that if it's found, or if someone searches for something, like they say, hey, I want a large amount of cookies, this is going to pop up and then they can order the catering box right here. Okay, so now we're done. We can click on publish to save our work and make it live. And then I'm going to go ahead and preview the product to show you guys what it looks like. So we'll click on preview changes just like this. And so this is our variable product. I made that short description way too long. I probably should have cut it in half, but anyways, you get the idea. We have the title right here, and then we've got the $15 to $45. It varies because you haven't selected what size you want, as you can see. So if they select the half dozen, that's the picture that I decided. Dozen, it's going to change to the multiple cookies, and then the catering box. And so as you can see, when you select different ones, it'll tell you a different price and a different picture. As you can see, very simple. It's also still going to tell you the amount in stock and then if you're sold individually or not or something like that. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. We've got the description right down here and related products, which is interesting because I didn't actually do that, but cool. Oh, related products being it's in the same category. That's interesting because normally this is where upsells and cross-sells show up, but that's in a future step, so don't worry, I'm going to get to that. Okay, so now that we have finished the variable product, we can go ahead and jump back in, click on add new product. And so now the next product that we're going to do is the digital product. So I'm going to click right here on product name and I'll call it a digital product just for y'all's understanding, of course. So it's a digital product, and we could say that this is going to be an online tutorial or like an online course or something like that, like a tutorial video. Okay, so a digital product is basically the same thing as a simple product right here. It's just that it's virtual, as you can see. So it's something that's intangible and it's not going to be shipped, right? So for instance, this is like, I'm going to send them a video that they can watch directly on my website, or I'm going to send them, you know, it could be anything that's digital. So when you have something like that, obviously you're going to check this box right here and you're going to leave it as a simple product. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, we can set the price right here. So we've got the regular price right here and we'll say something like, I don't know, this is like $200 right here. And you guys can choose your sale if you want to. You don't really need to keep inventory of this if you don't want to. We can set an SKU number. I think we're like up to 6 now, maybe. I'm probably going to get these SKUs wrong. You'd obviously want to double check, but I'm just doing this from short-term memory as we're going. But if you want a stock management, you can, but I mean, I don't really recommend it if you're just going to be selling like a video course on your website where they literally just pay for it and then watch it directly on your website, but it's completely up to you guys. Now, one thing that you do probably want to do is actually sell this one individually, because no one needs to buy this 4 times to watch the same single video, right? So instead of having the little counter where they can add more products of the same thing, you just want to make sure that it's sold individually. Okay, now we're going to skip over the linked products right here and the attributes and advanced and everything. Well, actually not advanced. Well, we'll skip over everything else except for the advanced tab right here. Now, the advanced tab is the last thing that we're going to do on a digital product. And this is where you can use the purchase note to actually tell them what the next step is. So maybe this is like a Zoom call or like a Zoom meeting that you're selling. So basically you're like, hey, this is like a 30-minute coaching session where we hop on a Zoom call together and I teach you like one-on-one how to bake cookies or something like that. If that's the case, you can use this purchase note to say, hey, I've received your order. Check your email within like the next day. I'm going to send you a link to the Zoom call, right? Or I'm going to send you a link to the video that you just purchased. So this is where you would say something like that. Okay, perfect. Something simple like this. And this lets them know that as soon as they hit purchase, they're going to obviously get an order confirmation. And then you're going to know that, hey, I've got to send the link to this person so that they can watch this video. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and fill out the description and short description if we wanted to. I'm just going to put dummy text in here again. And this time I'm going to cut this thing like way in half, something like this. Over here on the right-hand side, again, we're going to set a product image. And so this time I'm going to upload my files again. And this time I actually have another one for the digital product. And so what I'm selling is like a online course on how to bake cookies, pretending like I'm a professional chef or something like that. So as you can see, I went ahead and just whipped up like this little image that I photoshopped. And so as you can see, I just whipped together this little image here that I photoshopped together. So, and you guys can take a look at it in just a second when it gets bigger, but we'll hit on set product image just like this. Okay, so now we've got our thumbnail for our online course. We can go ahead and add a category to the product as well. So obviously this isn't a cookie right here, so we can add a new category and we can call this courses or like tutorials, and we'll create a parent category for that one. And then we can also add some tags. And as you can see, I'm just adding a bunch of tags. Okay, so we've got the category done, the product image, and the tags as well. So we can go up here to the top and click on publish. And now we can preview what our digital product looks like. And so this is what it looks like. Here's the baking instruction for beginners by Levi Hagen. And as you can see, they can't order multiple. They can just sign up for one viewing of this video product. And so they just click on add to basket right here. And then when they check out, they'll get that little purchase note that says, hey, check your email. I'm going to send you the link within a day, right? And that's pretty much it. We've got the $200. We've got our product title and everything. I made this a lot shorter, which I think looks much better. So that's pretty good. I'm also going to go over here and remove that from my cart for now. Okay, perfect. I think it looks good. We'll go ahead and move on to the next product, which is a downloadable product. So let's click on the add new button. And now we can do downloadable product. Perfect. And we'll just call this like the cookbook or the baking book. It's like the ebook, but I'm just gonna say e-cookbook. I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. We're gonna make it a thing. Okay, so the downloadable product is obviously something that they pay for, and then they're instantly gonna have a download link where they can literally download it onto their computer. So this isn't access to something that's online. This is literally downloading it onto their computer. So with that comes controlling your downloads, and we're gonna talk about that in just a second. So first, let's go ahead and get the short or the main description out of the way really quickly, as well as the short description. And again, you guys would actually put in a legitimate description about whatever that product is. Now, next we've got product data. We're gonna stick to simple product again, and then we're just gonna check the downloadable product checkbox right here. And you'll notice that when I check it, all of this download information appears down below. Okay, so first let's go ahead and set a price, and let's just say that for this ebook, it's gonna be like a $55 ebook, you know, and it's got like all my baking secrets because I'm like the world's best baker or something like that. Next, we have the downloadable files. This is where you're literally gonna add the files that you want them to download. Now, let's just say you actually have a ebook that you wanna sell in PDF form, like on your computer, ready to go. It's really easy to add this to your website. We're gonna go back to the WordPress dashboard over here, and we can go over to the media tab just like this. You're literally just gonna add new and upload your PDF file onto your website. So it's gonna be in your media library. You just obviously, it's gonna be a PDF and not a picture. And then once you upload it to your media library, you'll be able to literally just click on add file right here, and you can click on choose file. And it's literally gonna be right here. Actually, same thing applies. You can literally just click on upload files, and you can actually select it straight from your computer too. So for instance, if this picture was gonna be the download, I could click on open right now. It's gonna create it as a second product or as a second file because obviously I just downloaded it twice to my website now. But now when I select it, I can insert the URL, and now people can instantly download it straight from my website. Now, obviously this is a JPG, or it's a picture, and I didn't upload like a PDF, but you guys get the idea. So here's your URL right here, and that's what they're gonna download. Over here, you can literally title it what it is. So you can say like Levi's Levi's baking instruction book or something like that. Perfect. Now we have the downloadable product installed onto our website. We can move on down to the next one, which is the download limit and the download expiry. So the download limit is basically saying how many times someone can download this file after they've purchased the product. And so I'm going to say 3 times. You know, maybe they downloaded it and then accidentally deleted it, and then they downloaded it again, and then they spilled water on their laptop, so they need to download it a 3rd time. But after 3 times, they can't download this product anymore. They're going to have to purchase it again or reach out to me, and if it's special circumstances, maybe I give them another download for free. But you can basically control how many times they download the product. Next, we've got the download expiry. And so similar to how many times they can download it, you're basically saying after a month, this link expires and you're no longer allowed to purchase it. And so for the download expiry, you're basically doing, as you can see right here, the number of days before it expires. And so you could say they have 5 days to download it 3 times. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's pretty much all you're gonna do for a downloadable product, because again, there's no inventory. So you can put an SKU number as well if you want. So let's just go 00007. I think we're up to 7. And then also, because they're downloading an ebook and they can download it 3 times, if you wanted to, you could do the whole sold individually, because there's no point in purchasing 2 books, because then they can just download it 6 times rather than 3 times, and it gets complicated. So you guys can decide whether or not you want to actually allow them to or not, but you can sell it individually or not. Okay, so now that we're done messing with the product data, we can go back over here and actually set our product image. And so let me go ahead and upload the file. All right, and then cheers to my wonderful photo editing skills, my Photoshop skills here. So now I've got this fake little cookbook that I have, and it's Levi's Baking Secrets, as you can see. You could always add more pictures, but I just wanted to Photoshop one. It took too long, so. You guys would normally have a gallery, but I just have one picture of the book, so it's whatever. From here, we can go ahead and add a category as well, which this is not technically a tutorial, even though it is teaching you how to do something. They're recipes, so we would say like a cookbook or like a baking book or something like that. I don't know if baking book is a thing, so I'm just gonna call it cookbooks. And we can add some tags as well, but I'm just gonna ignore that for now. But again, you would wanna add tags. Okay, now that we're done with our downloadable product, we can click on publish and we can preview what it looks like. All right, so this is our downloadable product. We've got Levi's Baking Secrets made easy, $55 for the product right here. You can't purchase multiple, and that was my decision to do it. Then you would just add it to basket right here, and then after you check out, the link would be displayed. So it's pretty simple. And I'll show you guys that later as soon as we get a payment processor downloaded onto the website, then I'll be able to show you guys that. Because right now, if I were to add it to cart and I go over here and I click on checkout, it says, sorry, we're not able to take payment methods at the moment, so I can't even purchase the order. Well, let me hit place order and see what happens. Yeah, okay, it's not gonna let me. So I would have to set up a payment method first, and then we'll take care of that. So I'll show you guys that as soon as we're done. That's gonna be like 2 steps away, so don't you worry. But now that we're done with the downloadable product, we can move on to the next one. So we'll click on Add New. Okay, so this next one is gonna be called an affiliate product. And we'll just have to decide on something. Let's just do a baking sheet. Just like that. Now, an affiliate product is basically you're making a sale for someone else on your website, and then you're just making a commission on the sale. You're not actually selling the product yourself. So selling an affiliate product, which most people are pretty comfortable with the concept of affiliate marketing now, especially nowadays when everyone and their mom and their dog is all doing affiliate marketing online. So basically all I'm going to show you guys how to do is set up an affiliate product on your WooCommerce store. I'm not going to actually show you guys how to go sign up for affiliate programs, how to get, different products and get the links and all of that stuff. You guys can go watch some other videos. I mean, I even have an affiliate marketing tutorial, like a whole website tutorial on this channel, so you guys can go and watch that one if you want. All I'm gonna do is just show you how to set up the product on your website, because that would just make this tutorial way too long if I started going into affiliate products and all that. So an affiliate product, we're gonna do a baking sheet. What I'm gonna do is just go over to Amazon really quickly. Just like this. Okay, it's still pulling up a couch. That's interesting. So we're gonna go to Amazon. Let's just look up a baking sheet. Oh, well, I don't know how to spell at all. There we go. A baking sheet, and we'll just pull some random baking sheet that we can find. Let's just do this one because it's a really simple picture. And then from here, what we're gonna do is just copy the link. Now, this is not how you do an affiliate marketing link. Normally, what you would do is you would scroll all the way down to the bottom of Amazon like this, and then you would come down here to, it's one of these links down here. Here we go, become an affiliate right here. So you would first create an affiliate account with Amazon. And so you would open up like a new tab here. You would sign up and become an affiliate marketer for Amazon. And basically what that means is you'll get this brand new little admin bar that pops up on top of your Amazon. And this account doesn't have it. It doesn't look like, I think I've done it on different accounts before, but for like the affiliate marketing tutorials, you would have like an admin bar up here. And then basically you would just look up a product like this, and all you would have to click on is just like get the link, and that's it. And it's a special affiliate link that's tagged to your Amazon account, and that's how they know to pay you. right? If I just copy this URL, Amazon doesn't know to pay me because this is just the regular URL to come to this product. It doesn't have my ID somewhere baked into this URL. So again, this is just an example. I just want to show you guys that let's pretend I got an affiliate link, which is going to be this product right here, because normally you'd have to become an affiliate of Amazon to do this. So let's just pretend I have the link. This is my affiliate link. What we're going to do is under affiliate product of baking sheet, I'm going to come down here and we're going to go from simple product over to external affiliate product right here, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then all of a sudden, hey, look at that. We've got the product URL right here. Literally just paste your affiliate link right here and you're done. That's how you create an affiliate product. So let's go ahead and, go the whole 9 yards. Let's go ahead and copy the dummy text over here. We'll put it in the description and we'll put it in the short description as well. And I'm just going to shorten it up so it's not as long. Okay, so with our descriptions out of the way, and again, of course, you guys would write out the description of this baking sheet. Well, actually, what you would do is probably just copy the description straight from Amazon like this, and then paste it in here. But now that our descriptions are out of the way, we come down here, we already have external affiliate product, and we pasted the product URL right here. Next, we can choose what the actual button says. So normally on the website, if I preview it really quickly, it's just going to say, oh, there's no button because we haven't created it yet and published it. Okay. But if I go to any of my other products really quickly, like this, it's going to say add to basket. For an affiliate product, you can choose to have something else on the button because this technically isn't going to be bought on your website. So you could say something like checkout on Amazon. Something like this. And maybe this is the brand of baking sheet that I use to make the cookies that I'm selling. And if you want to learn to make the cookies that I'm selling, then, you might want to use the professional baking sheets that I use. That's kind of the angle that I'm going for here. So we could say check out on Amazon on the button right here. Let's set a regular price, which would be the same price as Amazon. So we'd come up here and say $24.98, just like that. And then we can go over here. We can put an SKU number. I think we're up to like 8 or 9 or something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of going off the hip there. We're going to skip over linked products. We're going to skip over attributes and then advanced if you want. Oh, there isn't even a purchase note on an external affiliate product because they're not going to check out on your website. So external affiliate products are also probably one of the easiest products to set up because all you really need is just a price and a link, and that's pretty much it. The last thing we're going to do is set a product image, which I'm going to go ahead and literally just use a picture of those baking sheets again. And so I'm going to come over here and go to my affiliate, and here's those baking sheets. Set product image. And so here is the baking sheet that they're purchasing, and they can go check it out on Amazon. Now we can come over here to product categories, and let's go ahead and add a new category. And maybe this is going to be like affiliate products, or just, you know what? We don't even have to call it affiliate products. We'll just say baking sheets. Something like that. All right, so baking sheets is the category. Something like that. Okay, and now that we're done, we've already added our category and our product tags and everything else over here on the left-hand side. We can go ahead and hit publish. And that's how you can make an affiliate product to sell someone else's product on your website, right? So let's go ahead and hit preview changes. And now you'll see that we have an affiliate product available on our website. Now, the quality of this picture is terrible because I literally took a screenshot like the size of like from here to here. Like that was how big the screenshot was. And so I was too lazy to try and find another picture of baking sheets. So let's just pretend that it's crystal clear quality and not a little, I don't know, 240 by 240 screenshot. But so this is our affiliate product, the baking sheet right here. We have it for $24.98 because that's how it's purchased on Amazon. It's for $24.98 right here. And then you can see that they can check out on Amazon just like we placed in the button text. And so if we click on check out on Amazon, it's going to take them straight to Amazon through our affiliate link, which is the key. If you don't have an affiliate link, you're not going to get paid for this. So pretty important to make sure that you actually sign up to be an affiliate. Okay, so I'm going to close out of that tab, and we can also close out of Amazon because we don't really need it anymore. There we go. And now we are back to our dashboard. And from here, we're already done with the affiliate baking sheet. That's pretty fast. Let's go ahead and move on to the final product, which is going to be the grouped product. Okay. And so let's go ahead and click right here, and we're going to type in group product. And I'm just going to call it a bundle deal because that's what it's going to be on my website. A grouped product basically just takes 4 other products, or not even 4. It can be as many as you want. I'm just going to select 4 because that's just the number I thought of. But it can be as many as you want. So the grouped product is going to be like a bundle. And all it does is literally, let me just show you guys right now. We're going to switch from simple product all the way down to group product. I say all the way down and it's literally the next option. We're going to go over here to linked products. Normally we skip over this one, but instead this time it says grouped products right here. Literally you just add from your other products on your website. So let's go ahead and add the 4 products right now. I believe I chose the book. So it's the downloadable product. I think I chose the online course, which was the digital. And then I chose the baking sheet. And I'm having trouble remembering the 4th one. I think it was the simple product. just like some regular cookies that they can purchase as well. Okay, so a group product has all 4 of these products inside of it, as you can see. And so now, let me go ahead and add the images as well. So I'm gonna set a product image, and this time I actually just created one in Photoshop. So we'll just come over here to the grouped product, and it's just all 4 of the pictures kind of cross-sectioned into one. Just showing that, hey, you guys get the online course, you guys get the book, the baking sheet, and the cookies right here. And you can say all of this for, you know, whatever price you guys want to set. But we can also set an SKU number for this. So I think we're up to 00009 now. And this will be the unique identifier for the group product here. We've already set up the linked products down below. We don't need attributes. The advanced tab is not going to have a purchase note either. And then we're going to ignore those 2 as well. So the group product's pretty simple to set up as well. From here, we can just paste in our dummy text for our description and our short description. And then we can come over here to the right-hand side and make sure we have our product gallery, categories, and tags. So for the gallery, what I'm gonna do is literally just take the 4 pictures that I selected. So we're gonna add this one, we're gonna add the book, the baking sheet, and the simple product, I think, which is just gonna be one of these cookies over here. We're just gonna select this one. Is it the same one? Yeah, it is the same one. Perfect. Okay, so now that we've got our product gallery, we can move on to the categories. And so for the category, I could say bundles, something like this, and this is where people can come to get, you know, deals on big bundles like this. So we can add a new category, and then we can go down to the product tabs, and you guys can think of however many tags you guys want to do. Okay, so now that we're done, I'm going to click on publish to save my work just like this, and now we can go up here and preview the changes. And so now you'll see that we've got this massive grouped product right here, and it ranges from $15 all the way up to $200 depending on how many things they add to their cart. And so they could say, yes, I want the downloadable ebook, and then maybe I also want a simple product for this much, and then it's going to calculate their total, and they can add it to basket. Maybe they also want the digital online course. And then over here, you can see that they've got the massive picture that shows all 4, and then they can actually cycle between each of the 4 individual product images to see what's actually going to be included in the course or in the bundle. And then they can click on add to basket whenever they want. Okay, so that is how you guys can create the 6 different types of products on your website. And so if we go to all products right here, you'll see that we have all of the products available. We've got the simple product, the variable product, digital, downloadable, affiliate, and the group product. All right, so now that we've talked about all 6 different types of products that you guys can add to your store, I finally want to talk to you guys about upsells and cross-sells, and they're really easy to explain. So let's go ahead and hop into the simple product really quickly. I'm going to click on edit, and so now I'm back inside of the simple product where I can make changes. Now, if you guys remember over here under product data, on the left-hand side, we've got linked products, and this is the tab that we kept skipping over because it's got upsells and cross-sells. Now we're finally going to talk about what those are. I just wanted to get all the products out of the way so that first we would have them established, because now we can link our products on our website through upsells and cross-sells. Now, it's really simple. Upsells just show up on the actual product page, and cross-sells just show up on the checkout page. So you're basically trying to see if you can upsell them or cross-sell them on additional products to make more money. That's basically all it is. So for upsells, let's go ahead and just add whatever product we want, and we can literally search for whatever we want through our website. So let's just try adding, I don't know, let's do the online course, so digital, as the upsell, which is going to show up on the actual product page. And then for the cross-sell, we'll do the, let's do the ebook. Oh, it's downloadable. There we go. Or it's the e-cookbook, that's why it didn't show up. Okay, so the digital product, so the online course should show up on the product page, and then the downloadable ebook should show up on the checkout page. So let's go ahead and click on update to save our work just like this. And so now we can preview our changes. And so now we're on the simple product, and as you scroll on down, you'll see it says, hey, you might also like this beginner baking instruction right here, this online course that you can pay $200 for. And so while they're looking at cookies to buy, they might also want to learn how to bake the same cookies that they're eating if they really like them so much. So this is how you can try and upsell people, by having like a couple different products down here. And then also, if I were to add this to my basket, I can go over here to my cart and let's say view basket. And now you'll see right here, you might also be interested in, hey, before you check out, you might want to download the e-cookbook as well. Right? And so as you guys can see, whatever you place right here under upsells and cross-sells, it's what's going to show up on the actual product page and then the basket page right here. So that's upsells and cross-sells for you. They're really simple. I would recommend on every single product you have multiple. So if you're going to do upsells for this, maybe you want the variable product on here as well. And then maybe you also want, I don't know, the group product. And then for the cross-sell, maybe you only want 2 to fit in that little box right there. So for this one, we might say something like, we've already got the ebook on there, so we could also do, I don't know, the affiliate, something like that. We'll click on the update to save our work. And then you'd want to go product by product on your product page. So that's just the simple product, and it's got some link stuff to it. Now you want to link products to the variable, the digital, the downloadable. You want all of these to be interlinked to each other based on what would actually make sense. So for instance, if they're buying the digital course, maybe you want to link it to the downloadable product, because if they're buying a course on how to bake, they might might want like a cookbook that has all these recipes for baking, you know? And then maybe if they're gonna take the course, if they wanna follow along, they might need a baking sheet. So maybe for the digital product, you also link this affiliate product right here, if that makes sense. So you wanna be kind of smart about it, but you guys get the idea. You wanna link all your products together so that now, let me click on update and then preview. You'll see that you have multiple options down below, as you can see, because I put all 3 of these. And then if I go to my cart to view it, or the basket, you'll see that I have those 2 options right here. And they can literally, from their cart, just click straight on it and go right back to this product. You would want this product to have something else down here. So it's just like this constant flow of people clicking on new products because they're like, wow, oh, and now I want this one, now I want that one, and as you guys can see. Okay, so that is upsells and cross-sells. I'm gonna go ahead and back out straight to the WordPress dashboard and just refresh the page. All right, friends, and now that we already have the upsells and cross-sells done, I wanted to remind you guys one last little thing that we forgot to do, but we now have products. You notice that the featured plants right here aren't appearing, and that's because we actually have to put in the plants now, or they're not even plants, they're cookies. That's the funny part. So let's go ahead and do that now, finally, because we have products to actually put here. So in order to do that, we're actually going to download a plugin. So we're going to go over to the add new button, just like this, and we're going to search for a plugin called Essential Add-ons for Elementor, just like this. And from here, it's going to look like this one. So just click on install now and then activate. Okay, so from here, we're actually just gonna go right back inside of Elementor, so we can just open up our website and we can edit with Elementor. And so what that plugin does is adds 40 additional widgets that we can use for free inside of Elementor, and one of them is actually a featured product section. So we're gonna actually delete this little shortcode box right here. So we're gonna right click on it and just say delete, just like this. Also, let's go ahead and recorrect this and say cookies. So we're gonna say featured cookies, or maybe instead of featured cookies, let's just say products, because I guess I'm selling a lot of things, not just cookies. Okay, so featured products, just like this. And so now let's click on update to save. We're going to go over here to the Rubik's Cube icon in the top left corner, but the right hand side of the menu. And let's just search for product. Okay. So the little EA stands for essential add-ons. And so we get to choose one of these widgets that are available for free. And so I'm going to be choosing the product grid right here, and we'll just drag it in right underneath. Perfect. And so now we've got this product grid, and it looks like it's putting it kind of weirdly with the button like this instead of underneath. So let me hit Control Z really quickly, and let's see if there actually is. It looks like it's just one column. So I'm going to do this. Let's go product one more time. We'll take the product grid. Can I put it underneath the whole thing, or is it just going to ask? Let's put it under the button. Okay, there we go. You have to drag it under the button instead of under featured products, and now it actually has it displayed down below. Okay, so now we've got our featured products right here, and so we've got our product grid, and so we can choose how many columns we have over here under the layouts tab. And so honestly, I think I'm going to leave them the way that they are. Let me preview what the website looks like really quickly, because I think it has that gray background. Okay, it doesn't. It's just because I have it highlighted. I think this looks perfectly fine. The only thing I'm going to do is add all 6 of the products instead of just 4 of them. And so it looks like this gray background right here is just because we have it selected. So you can ignore the gray background back there. But anyways, let's go ahead and change the column over to 3. So that way there's 3 displayed at the same time. And you guys can play around with what styles you want, but I'm just going to leave it as masonry like this. We can go down to product settings, and I can choose how many products I'm going to select, which right now it's 4. I'm going to set it to 6. That way it has all 6 of my products just like this. And then the last thing I can do is I can actually change the button color to be the same tan color if I want. I can go over to the style tab, and I can change the button styles right here, and I can change the color right here. So let's change the black to be like the theme color. And so now it totally matches this. And then what we can do is we can also change the hover color if we want to, but honestly, I think I kind of like that it goes dark because it's doing the same thing as this button. So honestly, we don't really need to change it. Okay, so now I'm gonna click on update to save my work, and that is how you can add those featured products right back into your website. So we can preview the changes by clicking on the little eyeball in the bottom left corner. And then when we scroll through, we've got our featured products displayed right here on the website. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. I'm gonna go back to the WordPress dashboard.
Now that we've added our products to our website, I'm gonna show you guys how to make customizational changes to your shop page, which is different from using Elementor, which is how we edited the homepage earlier.
Okay, so in order to make those customizational changes, we're gonna go over here to the customizer again. So you're gonna hit the appearance tab and then click on customize right here. And again, I'm just opening on a new tab so I have a dashboard to bounce back to. Okay, so inside of the customizer, we're gonna go drop down to the WooCommerce settings right here. And we're literally just gonna go tab by tab, and I wanna show you guys all the things that you can make changes to. Let's go ahead and open up our store on the right-hand side so that we can actually see what changes we're making. Okay, so under the general tab, we have just very basic container layout settings. I can't even scroll. This is all you get is basically like these 4 options right here. So you've got the container layout right here. Right now it's set to normal. You can set it to full width, but personally, I don't like how this looks. It just looks way too cluttered and stretched. So I'm gonna leave it on normal. You guys can go full width if you want, but I just recommend leaving it as stretched as normal normal right here. You've also got the container style. So you guys can choose between boxed, which has like this white area around it, or you can go straight to unboxed, which just lets everything hover just like this. So it's not boxed anymore. I'll let you guys decide which one you want. I'm going to stick to boxed. And then you also have the sidebar layout, but that's kind of irrelevant because we're not going to put a sidebar on this website for now, just to keep things really simple. All right, so that's the general tab. Under the product catalog tab, this is kind of similar to the general tab because the product catalog, this is the product catalog right here. That's what we're looking at. Okay, so the first thing you have is the products title right here, which is basically the shop page title. I don't know why they call it the products title. So when you enable it, it just says shop up here, which I think looks terrible. Also does this weird square thing. So I'm just gonna leave it off. That's up to you guys to play around with. Next, we have the container layout right here, which right now, again, this is the same thing as the general tab. If I go to full width, it's just gonna make everything look stretched and everything. So I'm gonna leave it on the normal setting right here. Default is the same thing as normal, by the way. And then we have the container style again, so we can choose default, which is box, or we can go unbox if you guys want to. And then the sidebar layout as well. But we can come down here to the shop layout, and we have the shop card design, which, by the way, I have never seen make a difference. They look the same. So you guys can decide whether or not you want to actually choose design 1 or 2. I'm just going to leave it on design 2. Now, shop columns, we can choose how many columns we have. So right now we've got 3, 1, 2, and 3, like this. Now I'm going to have 4 products across my screen. So I'll let you guys decide how many you want. Because I have 6 products total, I'm going to leave it at 3 because they stack evenly into 2 stacks, just like this. Maybe if you guys have like some 100 products on your page, then it doesn't really matter because you guys are going to have like the little next page button right down here. You can also choose how many products show per page. So right now it's showing 9, but if I go up to 4, maybe I want, 4, 8, 12 to show. So then I would switch it to 12, you know what I mean? And so you guys can play around with the shop columns and the products per page to make sure that no matter how many products you have on your page, they always look centered and neat. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it at 3 and 9, just so that, it shows. I mean, technically I could change this to 6 and it's not going to make a difference, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so that's the products per page over here. We can scroll on down a little bit more and we have the shop display options. And so basically on this shop page, what do you want to display? Well, right now I'm showing products, but I could also show categories if I wanted to. And so remember all those categories that we created? We have the baking sheets, bundles, cookbooks, tutorials, and cookies. Well, they can click on cookies and then everything inside of that category is going to be right here, right? Now, you guys can decide what you guys actually want to show on the shop page display. I'm just going to stick to products. But if you guys want to show categories, you can totally do that. And by the way, the reason they don't have pictures is because we never set those pictures. The way that you would do that is you come over here to products and go to categories like this from your WordPress dashboard. And you'll see that you can literally edit the categories similar to how you can edit a product. So example, let's do bundles, just for example. I can throw a picture right here as a thumbnail. So let me go ahead and just throw the bundle picture in here really quickly and update. And we can close out of that. Let me publish and save my work really quickly, and I'm gonna refresh the page. Okay, perfect. We'll go back to the shop page. We'll click on WooCommerce, and then we're gonna go over to, where were we? Product catalog. We'll go all the way down to the bottom here. So now we'll switch it back to categories, just like we did, and now you'll see that I have a picture under bundles. And so you guys can put pictures in for your categories if you want to. I'm gonna leave it just for lack of effort right now. But you guys can show categories if you want to, instead of just products, but I think the products just looks better for this website. I don't have that many products on here anyways, so I might as well just show all 6 of them right here. Okay, so that is the shop display options right here. You can also choose the category display as well. Oh, and the sorting. Okay, so the sorting is important. You guys can choose how they're sorted on this shop page. So right now they're just set as default sorting, custom order plus name. But if you want, you can set them by popularity and sales. So WooCommerce is going to keep track of how many times you've sold each of these products, and you can set them by popularity. And so the one that keeps selling the most would be right here on the front. You guys can do average rating because you've got these star ratings that people will start leaving reviews on. And so you can do the average rating. You can sort by price if you want to. So I'll let you guys play around with that if you want. Okay, and then finally we have the shop card structure, which is where you guys can change around how it looks right here, right? So right now we've got the rating on top, and then we've got title, which is next. Then we've got the category, which it says baking sheets, tutorials, you guys can see. And then we've got the price right here. So you guys can choose to hide something by clicking on the eyeball right here, and now you don't see that star rating anymore. And then you guys can also rearrange them if you want. So like if you want the title on top, which I think looks correct, then you guys can put the title on top, as you can see. I mean, if you want, you can put the price on top just like this, because of course you guys can drag and drop however you guys want. But I'm gonna leave it like that. You can also show the short description, but that's gonna get super long. I wouldn't do that, especially when I accidentally left the massive one there. So we'll take that off. But instead of having to click on the product, you could add an add to basket button just like this. And now they've got a button where they can add it straight to cart. So they could just go click, 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 and then 3 things are now in their cart. But that's up to you guys. And so that is your shop card structure right there. Okay, so we're gonna click on publish to save our work right here. And then we're gonna go back to the main page. So next we've got the single product right here. So the single product is when you actually open one single product. So let's go ahead and just open up the simple product really quickly. That's my bad. I opened up the variable. Simple product. Here we go. Okay, so now you can choose the layout of a single product. We've got the container layout, which is normal. You can go full width, but again, that's when it shows like the massive picture over here on the left and things get a little fuzzy because it's so big. So I'm gonna stick to normal because I think it just looks a lot more professional. We've got the container style as well from unboxed to boxed. So if I click on boxed, you'll see that it has like that white box again. I think when you go to the individual products, I kind of like unboxed, but on the product page, I like how it is boxed. So that's just my personal preference. You guys can do it however you guys want. We'll scroll on down and now we can also choose the single product structure. So this is the order in which all of this stuff appears. And so we've got the category on top. Maybe we actually want the title on top so you guys can totally do that. So something like this. And then you can put the price next if you want to, and then everything else underneath. You can also choose to hide the meta, which is kind of nice. So if you don't like all of this crap right here, you can actually just hide it like this. And now it's a lot cleaner. They don't see all of the weird categories and tags because oops, not the add to basket, this one. Because if you're putting a bunch of tags to make sure that this product is easily able to be found, it could look hilarious when you've got like 30,000 tags down here. So if you want, you guys can hide the meta just like this. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So we'll scroll on down a little bit farther. We've got enabling breadcrumbs right here if you want. And the breadcrumbs are this right here. So basically they can go from the simple product, they can go back to chocolate chip cookies if they want, which is the category. They can go back to cookies, which is, oh, that's the subcategory, the main category, and then they can go back to the home page. So this is breadcrumbs if they want, and you can literally click on it and it's gonna go straight there, as you can see. And I don't have a back button, so now I'm gonna have to click back on the single product, or the simple product. So you can enable breadcrumbs if you want. I'm gonna leave them off. And then you can also enable the shipping text right here. So right now it says free shipping because we haven't set anything up, so it just assumes that we're not charging for shipping. You can turn that off right here if you want. And so now it's not gonna say free shipping anymore. So I would go ahead and just leave the shipping text off. Okay, and then lastly, we have the enable sticky add to basket button. So as I scroll down, the add to basket isn't staying there. If I add the sticky button, it'll ask where I want to place it. So now as I scroll, it's gonna ask, hey, do you want to add to cart? While I'm looking at the description right here, right? So as you guys can see, the button is now sticky. I can choose if I want it at the top or bottom, or if I just don't want it at all, and then it's gonna turn it off. So that's for y'all to decide. Okay, let's click on publish to save everything that we did, and we'll go back. And now we have the basket button right here. And so now we can literally just say, so when we're looking at our cart like this, let's go view basket. Right now it says buy now in all caps. We can change this text if we want. So now it says checkout, and it's a little bit more calm rather than all caps saying buy it now. So that's up to you guys if you want. And then you can also right here under the basket settings, you can choose if you want this to be allowed or not. So if you think this is too cluttered and you don't want to be that guy who's throwing a whole bunch of extra products in their face, you can just disable cross sells, and now it just disappears. So that's completely up to you guys if you want. I'm gonna leave them enabled. Publish, and let's go back. Next, we have the checkout page, and you'll see that we have the different fields, and we can choose if they're required or not. So company name, do you want it to be optional or required, or just hidden if you don't wanna have the company name, which is optional. So we're gonna leave it as optional. You got address line 2, which again, I think should be optional right here. So apartment, suite, unit number, etc. You can leave that as optional. Phone number is required if you want. I wouldn't do it, but you can make it optional, but you want their phone number, so you can make it required. And then you can also choose if you want the required fields to have this little asterisk right here, or if you don't. And so if you uncheck it, it's just going to disappear. Here, I'll do it for you guys right now. There you go. So now it doesn't make it clear that it's required. So if I were you, I'd just leave the asterisk. It's pretty standard for people to have the asterisk there for the required fields. Okay. Next, we have the privacy policy page right here, and then we also have the terms and conditions page. You'll notice that the privacy policy page, we actually do have a page, but the terms and conditions page, we don't have one. So let me show you guys how to first create an additional page, and we'll title it terms and conditions. And then you guys can write out your own privacy policy and your own terms and conditions page. And you'll see that you also can write out your own privacy policy right here. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. I'm gonna click on publish to make sure that this is all saved. We'll go back to the dashboard. And again, if you didn't open this up on a new tab, you would just have to click on the X button right here. So now back on the dashboard, we're gonna go over to pages, and we're gonna click on add new right here. And it's this simple. Literally, I'm just gonna call it terms and conditions. Just like that. And now right here, you can literally start typing out. We can just start typing your terms and conditions right here. I'm just going to delete all of that. It basically works pretty similar to a Microsoft Word document or like a notes page or something like that. You can literally just start typing, and you guys can write out your terms and conditions page right here. When you guys are done writing out your terms and conditions, you guys can just hit the publish in the top right corner and then hit publish again. And this is the page address. So we can literally just copy it right here because it gives it to us. And so we'll close out of that. And now we can literally close out of this tab as well. Actually, wait, we don't even need the URL. I forgot, because as long as we refresh the page, it's going to search for it among the pages on our website. So after you refresh the page, we're going to go back into WooCommerce, back into the checkout page. It's going to open it up automatically over here. And then under the terms and conditions page, now we can select the page that we just made and wrote out. right? You'll notice right here is where it appears. So if I turn this off, the I have read the terms and conditions just disappears. So I'm going to say terms and conditions. And so they have a checkbox that they have to check. And also if they want to read it, here's the link right here. So they can click on it and it's going to take them straight to the page, terms and conditions, which we didn't write anything. So that's why it's blank. Okay, we're going to go back to the checkout page like this. And then also the privacy policy link is literally right here, as you can see. Now the privacy policy page, let's see if it even has anything on it. I think it's also going to be blank. Oh, no, it actually has like a basic privacy policy. And then you guys can make changes to it if you want. If you want to make changes to your privacy policy page, it's really simple. From the dashboard, you just go to all pages and you just have to find it. So here's terms and conditions and here's privacy policy. You can click on edit like this. And then you can literally edit it just like you were the terms and conditions page. Like right here, who we are, we can just start typing, as you can see. And we'll just say publish. Okay, so that's how you can make changes to your privacy policy and terms and conditions pages, and you guys can write those out for yourself. I mean, you can even use ChatGPT to write it for you if you want. Today's day and age, we've got AI for everything. Okay, and then also terms and conditions, you can literally change the text that is displayed right here. So if I go back to the checkout page, this is kind of cool. Right here it says, I have read and agree to the terms and conditions. You can literally write whatever you want right here. It's up to you. Okay, so we'll click on publish to save our work because now we've got terms and conditions as well as the privacy policy. We've got the miscellaneous page right here, which doesn't do anything, so we'll skip over it. Product images. Now this is kind of important. Your product images, if for some reason they're kind of fuzzy or you need to adjust the size, you can do so right here. So you've got the main image width and the thumbnail width. So this is the main image, so when I click on it, that's the main image. And then we've got the thumbnail, which is, you know, on the actual cookie page. So that's the thumbnail. So you guys can adjust how large you want these images by going up or down. I'm just going to leave it at the default 600 and 300 because my pictures look just fine, aside from this one, obviously, because that's a terrible screenshot that I took that was super tiny. So that's why it's a low resolution. You guys can also play around with your thumbnail cropping. So right now it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which means it's a square. So it's 1:1. You guys can do a custom ratio. So if you want like a 1:2, for instance, or like a 16:9 or a 4/3, depending on like, you know, what photography you guys have done for your business, for your product photography, you guys can choose that here. I'm just going to leave it as 1-to-1. I purposefully cropped off camera all of my pictures to be a 1-to-1 ratio so that they all just fit perfectly. So that's up to you guys. And then lastly, we have the store notice, which is actually pretty important. This is how you can display a banner across the top of your store. Right now it says this is a demo store for testing purposes. No order shall be fulfilled. If I enable it, boom, up on top, you'll see that we've got this banner up here that says, hey, this is a demo store for testing purposes. No one's going to fulfill an order if you try and fill it out. So don't do it. So I'm not saying this makes you immune to someone like to having an e-commerce website up here and then people pay you and then you don't do anything. That's not what this is. This is just warning them, hey, this website's still in development. That's all it's doing. So it's not like legally protecting you in any way. Anyways, that being the case, you guys can use this to do whatever you want. So instead of saying this demo's store is for testing purposes only, you could say something like, hey, we've got a sale for Christmas going like 50% off of everything in the store, for example. You can write whatever you want up here. It's just a notice to the entire store. That's all it is. And then you guys can also play around with the color. Right now, the default color is this WooCommerce purple, pink, whatever. But you guys can choose if you want. You can make the text red. Okay, so that's the text. Let me see. Text, background. Yeah, so I can make the background red if I want to. So you guys can do whatever you want. There's your color for it right here. You can also do the notice position, which is hang over top, top, and bottom. So now that's at the bottom. And then hang over the top is where it doesn't cover your navigation bar. It's on top of your navigation bar. So if I hit top, it's going to like cover it, as you can see. So you might want to do hang over top personally. But I'm going to go ahead and just disable it for now and click on publish to save my work. Okay, and so that is all of the shop customization that you guys can do under the WooCommerce tab under the customizer. So I'm going to go ahead and close back out and go back to the WordPress dashboard.
Let's talk about how you're going to get paid on the website when people place orders with you. I'm going to show you guys how to set up 2 different types of payment processors on your website. The first is going to be credit card through a service called Stripe, and then we're also going to do PayPal. Let's jump right in.
So in order to get started with your payment methods, we're going to have to download 2 additional plugins onto the website. So let's go over here to the plugins tab, and then we're going to go to add new just like this. So the first one we're going to look for, we're just going to type in Stripe. And it's going to be the WooCommerce Gateway plugin for Stripe. So here we go, WooCommerce Stripe Payment Gateway. We're going to click on Install Now and then Activate. And then next we're going to go back over here to the Plugins tab, click on Add New one more time, and we're going to search for WooCommerce PayPal right here. So now we've got WooCommerce PayPal payments right here. And so we're going to click on Install Now and Activate. Perfect. So now we've installed 2 of WooCommerce's plugins to allow for PayPal and for Stripe, which Stripe is credit card. So we're going to take credit card, debit card, and then also PayPal if people don't have that. So, okay, now that we have those both installed and activated on our website, you'll see the checkout plugins for Stripe right here, and then you're also going to see the PayPal one right here. So now we've got both of those. We can go over here to the WooCommerce tab and then go over to settings. Okay, so the first one that we're going to set up is PayPal, and then next we're going to move over to Stripe to set up credit card and debit card. And the reason I'm doing this order is because it's really easy to set up PayPal, but to set up Stripe, it takes a few more steps. So we're going to start with the easy one, knock it out, and then we'll set up Stripe afterwards. So in order to set up all of your payment information, you're going to go over here to the Payments tab under the WooCommerce tab, obviously. And from here, we can already see Stripe card processing. And so we can go ahead and check the box right here, but we're not going to do that one yet because that's Stripe and it's going to ask us to start setting it up. But we can also scroll down and we'll see PayPal down here at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to click on the checkbox right here to enable PayPal. All right, and then next we're going to click on activate right here. It's going to ask you to sign in with your PayPal account right here, so I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, and once you guys are finished logging into your PayPal account, you're just going to scroll to the very bottom and then just click on Save Changes just like this. All right, now after you click on Save Changes, you're going to want to go back to your Payments tab underneath WooCommerce, scroll all down to the bottom, and you'll notice that PayPal isn't enabled. We're going to have to enable it again now that we've finished setting it up. So once you guys enable this checkbox right here and you've already logged into your PayPal account, you're done. Click on Save Changes just like this. And from here, what we can do is go open up our website on a new tab and let's go test out the payment system. We can go over here to the cookie page, and actually it looks like I had some stuff in my cart already, so I'm just going to click on Checkout. And you'll see that now I have PayPal Venmo and the Pay Later option right here for PayPal. And so if I were to just fill this out really quickly with some fake information. Okay, so now that I've got all this fake information in here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to check out with PayPal. Make sure you agree to the terms and conditions of your website, and then we can click on PayPal. And once it opens up this live page to go ahead and sign in with their PayPal account, I'm logged into the account as the seller for this purchase, so I have to change my login information. I would have to log out of my personal account, log back into something else. But as soon as that PayPal page opens up, you already know that it works because PayPal was about to ask them to sign in, and then PayPal, when they pay for whatever they're buying, is just going to send me the money through my PayPal account. So as soon as that window opens up, you know that you're good to go and everything's set up. Click to continue. Okay, cool. So we're going to close out of the checkout page and go back to our payments tab. So now that we have PayPal done, it's time to set up Stripe, which takes a few more settings to enable. So now we're going to go ahead and just jump right in. Let's go ahead and click on the enable box right here. And from here, we're going to click on finish setup right over here on the right-hand side. Okay, so now what we have is all of our Stripe settings over here. And so now under the Payments tab for the Stripe card processing, as you guys can see right here, we'll have all of our settings for Stripe. Really, I'm going to leave all of these the way they are because it looks just fine. The only thing I'm going to do is just remove this little Stripe in parentheses right here because this is the title that actually shows up on your website. It's going to say, would you like to pay with credit card or PayPal? And right now it's just going to say credit card. With Stripe right there, it would say, do you want to pay with credit card, parentheses Stripe, or do you want to pay with PayPal? And so personally, I think it just looks cleaner if you just say credit card. It's still going to down here say pay via Stripe, so they know that they're using Stripe. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove that, click on Save Changes, and we're good to go so far. Okay, so don't think we're done just yet. It's not that easy. I wish it were, but it's not. So next what we have to do is set up our API keys using Stripe. And so we're going to go over here to the Stripe API settings. And from here, we have to connect to our Stripe account, which means we're going to have to go and create a new Stripe account. So I'm going to click on it, and it's going to redirect us to Stripe's website to go ahead and get started. From here, you can go ahead and enter in an email. So I'm going to try entering in mine right now. And there it is. So I'm going to click on it right here, and we'll just try continue. And next, it's going to ask for a password if you already have an account with them. And if you don't, you're going to have to create one. So that's totally fine. But I'm going to go ahead and see if I have an account. If I don't, I'm going to have to create one with you guys. Okay, so after you put in your email into that field, it's going to ask you to create a password. And then now you have an account with Stripe. And so the next thing that you're going to see is what's going to pop up on my screen right now, which is adding a business profile for the business that you guys want to accept payments from. And so because I already have an account, I just created a new website on here for Create a Pro website, or for the CAPW cookies. And now I'm seeing the same thing that you guys are. So you should be seeing verify your business. So we're going to enter in all of this information, and then you'll be taken to the dashboard that I was already looking at. Okay. So after you guys create your account and you're seeing this, let's go ahead and fill this out together. Let's start with some of the basics. So it's going to ask for your business location and type of business. And so obviously I'm in the United States, so that's where I'm going to select. And then I can choose individual, company, or nonprofit. I'm an individual just selling some cookies online. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll say continue. Next, it's going to ask for some personal details. So I got to put in my name, name, my email address, my date of birth, and then my home address, phone number, and the last 4 digits of my social security number. So I'll see you guys in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put all this information in and then just click on continue, and we'll be on business details. All right, friends, next it's going to ask for your industry. And so I'm going to go ahead and scroll through here and find food and drink right here. And then I'm going to just choose other food and dining because I'm not really a restaurant. I'm just a bakery. So I'm going to choose other food and dining. I've got my business website right here. So I need to grab my URL from it. So I'm going to go over here and open up my website on a new tab. And I'm literally just going to take the full URL just like this and paste it right here, just like that. Okay. And now we can do a product description. We can give like a little description of like what kind of things we're trying to sell on our website. Okay, so CAPW Cookies is a bakery website where we sell delicious cookies and other cookie-related products. Cool. So next I'm going to click on Continue. All right, so next we're going to describe how we want to fulfill our orders. And so do you guys sell physical goods? And I'm going to say yes because I'm shipping cookies. Do you ship the product yourself? And I'm going to say yes. And then on average, how long after paying will your customers typically receive their goods and services? And so this is up to you guys, but I'm going to say within 2 weeks. I don't know if I'd be able to say within 1 day because I'm going to be probably shipping through, FedEx or UPS or something like that. Okay, so within 2 weeks, continue. Okay, so next we have the statement descriptor and the shortened descriptor, and you'll see kind of what it looks like over here. It's just whenever they're looking at their bank statements, they can see what they purchased. And so for the shortened descriptor right here, I'm just going to say CAPW cookies, or CAPW cookie, because that's all that fits. I think that's good enough. Okay, because they'll get the idea. This is what they see right here on their bank statement. As you can see, it changed it right here. Okay, and then after you've double checked that all your information is good, we're going to click on continue. All right, next it's going to ask for you to add your bank to receive payouts. So basically every time you get paid through Stripe, they're going to send it directly to your bank account. So you guys can go ahead and enter in your bank information here and then click on continue. Okay, next it's going to ask you to keep your account secure by setting up a 2-factor authentication. And so I'm going to go ahead and just use SMS and click on continue. Next, it's going to ask you to automate your sales tax calculation, and it's going to ask you what kind of a category you're in. I'm just going to stick to the general services tab, but you guys can change this at any time in settings if you need to. So I'm going to click on continue. Okay, and after you guys sign up for whatever tax category you're trying to be in, you're just going to have to verify that all of your information is correct on the summary, and then you'll be taken to your dashboard like this. All right, so now that we finally have our account set up with Stripe, also make sure you guys should have a little verify your email option. I think it's going to be displayed like right here as a banner. And so you'll just have to go over to your email really quickly and make sure that you verify it, and then your account is good to go. Okay, guys, so now that we finally set up our Stripe account and everything's done, we entered in all of our business information, which always takes a long time. And then on top of that, you guys probably verified your email by now. Next, what we're going to do is go back to our WordPress dashboard because we have to see if we can hook up our account to our WordPress dashboard. Now, for you guys, it might have been automatic, but because I already had an account, I'm going to have to log in. So let's do that now. I'm going to go over to the WooCommerce tab, and we'll go over here to settings and then payments. And then for Stripe card processing, I'm going to go over to manage again. And finally, back to Stripe API settings. And so you guys probably remember this button, connect with Stripe. You just clicked on it. So here we go. I'm going to click on connect with Stripe. And now that I logged into my account, I have the option to hook it up to CAPW cookies, which you guys will just have one of these three, but CAPW cookies, connect. Okay, and now we're just going to make sure that we're enabling only the one gateway for Stripe card processing, which it's recommended anyways. So we're going to click on Enable Gateway, and then it's going to ask if you want to do Apple Pay and GPay. I'm just going to say skip Express Checkout, but if you guys want to enable it, you can. It's up to you. I'm going to say skip. Okay, so next it's going to say, this is important. You need to enable your webhook. And so we're going to enable the webhook right now. We're going to go ahead and just copy this URL right here because we need it. So Control or Command C after you highlight it. And we're going to go back to the Stripe dashboard. Now, I already have mine on a new tab because I opened this on a new tab. If you don't have your dashboard open, they literally have a link for you right here that you can just open on a new tab. So that's pretty sweet. We're back in our WordPress dashboard. Actually, it automatically pulls us into webhooks. Okay, that's pretty cool. So actually, if I were you, I would go ahead and go click on this link instead of going to the dashboard because it takes you straight there rather than me having to show you how to go there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add an endpoint. And so now this is the endpoint URL that we just copied right here. So here's your webhook URL. We're going to paste it right here. And then we get to select events. And we're going to go to charge, which is 13 events. And we want to select all of the charge events right here. Click on add events. And then finally, we want to click on add endpoint. Okay, and now that we're done and we've added all 13 events, as you can see right here, we're going to go up here to the top right corner and copy your secret key. And we're just going to paste it right here. But also double check, make sure you're not in test mode right here. So it's off, as you can see. And so make sure we unselect test mode right here. So now it's live, okay? So we've got the live webhook secret. And this is the live webhook secret right here because we're not in test mode. So now we can go ahead and paste it right here, Controller Command V, and then we're going to click on save and continue. All right, great. Now your store is ready to go, so we can click on Let's Customize. And it's going to take you back to your WordPress dashboard under the Stripe payment settings. And so this is where you can customize a little bit more, but we already did this. You already took off that parentheses with Stripe here. So everything's done. We're going to click on Save Changes right here. And now let me show you guys that you are ready to accept payments on your website. So from here, we go over to our website. We can go over and click on Checkout right here. And now, as you can see, we've got PayPal and we have credit card. And so I can click on credit card and I can enter in my card number and everything else so that you got the month, year, and the CVV. So that's how you can accept any kind of credit card you need. You got Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, everything. And then you also have PayPal down below. So now you guys have two different payment processors on your website. We can close out, go back to our WordPress dashboard, which I'm just going to refresh because we haven't been here in a second. And then also, you guys don't really need your Stripe dashboard anymore, but one thing to keep in mind now that you have payment methods on your website is that your Stripe dashboard is where you can pay attention to all the metrics as you sell things on your website. So you want to make sure you keep this pretty close. Maybe you want to bookmark it so that every time you check your website for orders, you can also check your Stripe for payments and things like that. Okay, but I'm going to close out of this tab and go back to the dashboard.
Now that people are able to make payments on your website, let's talk about how you can add coupon codes so that you guys can schedule out discounts for like sales and holidays and things like that.
Okay, so in order to set up coupons on your website, you're going to go over here to the marketing tab, and then we're going to click on coupons right here. And because we don't have any coupons available just yet, it's going to have just this open area and it says create your first coupon. So I'm going to show you guys how to create just a few coupons for your website. Once you know how to create like these 2 coupons or these 3 coupons that I'm going to show you how to make, you'll know how to basically make any other coupon that you might want. So first, you can actually literally type out the coupon code. So for this coupon, let's just make this like 20% off your entire order. Okay. So let's say that this is 20 off. Okay, so that's literally the code that they type in. Then we can also have the description right here, which is going to be, you know, something like, okay, so this coupon gives you 20% off any order over $150. So let's just say if as long as they spend $150 on your website, they're getting 20% off from this coupon. But that's the minimum requirement. If they spend $149, they don't get 20% off, okay? So we've got the coupon code up top, and then we have the description down below. And from here, we can go over here to the coupon data. And it's kind of similar to creating like a product, like a simple product or something like that, but it's much easier than creating products because we really only have these 3 tabs right here. So under the general tab, we have the discount type. All right, we've got a percentage discount, which is almost like what we're doing right now. So I'm going to select percentage discount, but we have the percentage discount, we have the fixed basket discount, and then we have the fixed product discount. So this is going to be taking like $5 off of the entire cart. This would be taking $5 off of an actual product. And then this is like 20% off of the order, if that makes sense. So we'll do the percentage discount right here, and we've got the coupon amount. And so I'm taking off 20%. So I'm going to take off 20. Just like that, and you'll see the value of the coupon right here. So now that we've got the coupon amount 20% off, are we gonna allow free shipping? And so maybe you wanna do like this coupon gives you 20% off and free shipping on any order $150 or more or whatever like that. That's cool. All you would have to do is check this box, and now it does 20% off and free shipping. But I'm going to leave this one off because all we're doing is the 20%. Now, this is really important. You're going to want to set a coupon expiration date. And so this coupon is only valid maybe this year. So you would just click right here and literally put in the date that you want it to expire. Okay, so that's the general tab. Really simple. Over here under usage restriction is where we can put all of the restrictions or like the minimum spend, right? So as you can see, this coupon gives you 20% off of any order over $150. So they have to at least spend $150 for this coupon to apply. So the minimum spend would be $150, just like this. The maximum spend would be, you know, if they spend anything under $500, you know, for example. Individual use only basically says that they can't use this coupon in conjunction with other coupons. And, you know, if you're doing this 20% off, you might not want them to be able to, in conjunction, use it with other coupons to get more than 20% off. This is completely up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and check this box right here. Now, you can also exclude sale items. So if you guys remember, if I open up my store really quickly, I've got a couple items that are on sale. So as you can see, the simple product and the group product, they're both on sale right now. So the sale is going for the simple product right here. It's $15. Normally it's $20. So what this is saying is this coupon for 20% off applies to everything except for sale items because that's giving them a discount on top of a discount, right? So you guys can check this box right here, and now sale items are excluded from this coupon. Okay, next you've got products and exclude products, and then you've got categories and exclude categories. Basically, this means that under products, you're saying that this 20% coupon can only be used for this specific product, and you guys can type out whatever products you want. So for instance, I could say this is only available for the simple product. So if I do this, that basically means they have to spend $150 worth of only the simple product, if that makes sense. And you can add as many more as you want. And then you can exclude products. So you can say this coupon gives you 20% off as long as you spend $150 on everything except for the simple product, right? And I could put it right here. So you can say it's only for this product or everything except for this product. And then the same thing, only for this category or everything except for this category. So those are the restrictions right here. And then we can go down to the usage limits. Okay, so next under usage limits, we've got the usage limit per coupon. And so basically this means how many times this coupon can be used until it's just done, it's expired. For instance, let's say that you put this 20% off coupon onto your website and you say, hey, if you use this coupon, first 300 people get the 20% off of $150 orders. So you would say 300, which means it can be used 300 times, period, doesn't matter by who, and it's going to be done, right? So you can basically say, I don't want this to be a permanent coupon on your website. So you guys can set a usage limit if you want. Let's just say this can be used 100 times. Next, we've got the limit usage to X items. And so basically it means how many items can this be used on until it stops covering things. So for instance, let's say they have 15 items in their cart and I only want this to apply to the first 10, then that means that the 20% off is only for the first 10 items. And then the rest are full price, if that makes sense. And then the usage limit per user means how many times a specific user can use this coupon. So this means how many times it can be used in general. And that means it can be used 100 times, but the same person can use it 100 times. But this means the usage limit per user means that only one user can use it however many times you specify. So if I say that one person can use it one time, that means that 100 different people can use this coupon, but not the same person. So that's how you can usage limit it per one person. Okay, and so that's the basics of a coupon. Once you know how all three of these different tabs work, which they're pretty self-explanatory. And also, by the way, anytime you have a question, you can hover over this little icon right here, the little question mark, and it'll tell you what it actually means. But once you know how to use this, you can basically create any coupon that you want. So we'll try the 20% off coupon. I'm going to click on publish, and now I've got this permanent 20% off coupon because I didn't set an expiration date. So let's go ahead and add a new coupon, and we're going to test all three of these in just a little bit. Okay, so for this next coupon, what we're going to do is let's just say we take $50 off. And then the description will be something like this. Okay, so this coupon takes off $50 from any order over $300, okay? So as long as they spend $300, I'm not gonna take off a percentage, I'm just gonna take off $50 flat. So instead of doing a percentage, what we're gonna do is a fixed basket amount, right? Because we're taking a fixed amount off of the basket, which is $50. So that's pretty simple. So what's the coupon amount? It's not a percentage that we're putting in here now. It's not 20%. We're putting in $50, just a heads up. Next, we can ask if we want to allow free shipping or not, which I'm going to leave it. And then also you can set your coupon expiration date to whatever you guys want. We can go over here to the usage restriction. And again, the minimum spend is going to be $300 this time because it's going to take $50 off of a $300 order. And then you guys can make sure that this is individual use, so it can't be used in conjunction with other orders unless you guys want it to, because $50 off of $300 isn't that much. So if you guys, I mean, it kind of is, but if you guys want, you guys can say that he can use this in conjunction with that other coupon, the 20% off, if you want. But I'm going to go ahead and check this as well. And then you can exclude sale items if you want, which I'll just leave it off. And again, you guys know if you can exclude specific categories or products. And so the only usage limits that you guys have with a fixed basket amount would be the limit per coupon and the limit per user. And you guys already know what these do. So this is how many times you can use the coupon, period. And then how many times a specific person, one user, can use the coupon. Okay, so we've already done a fixed amount and a percentage. So next, I'm going to click on publish to make that a real coupon. Next, we can try making a free shipping coupon. So I'm going to click on add coupon, and let's just say free shipping. Okay, so it gives you free shipping on orders over $50, right? So as long as they spend $50, they can have the shipping included in the price of whatever they're buying, which encourages them to spend a little bit more money on your website, right? So under the general tab, we've got fixed basket amount, which honestly, this doesn't even matter because we're gonna leave it at 0 anyways, because all we're doing is free shipping. So we're just gonna check the box right here, set your expiration date to whatever you want it to be, and move on. Next, we've got the minimum spend has to be $50. And then also, I'm actually gonna leave this unchecked right here. So individual use only means that, yes, they can actually use this in conjunction with other coupons, as long as the other coupon doesn't have this box checked, if that makes sense. So as long as they spend $50, they get free shipping. And then maybe if they spend $300, then they can also get 20% off or whichever one that coupon was, I don't remember. So you guys can decide what coupons can be used in conjunction and what can't based on just this checkbox right here. You can also exclude sale items if you want, which I'm actually going to do. So we'll check that box. And then again, you guys can set your usage limit if you want, which I'm just going to leave them because this is an example. So I don't really have to worry about someone using it over and over again. Okay, so now I have 3 different coupons. I can go to my coupon tab now just by clicking right here, and I can see all of the different coupons I have available. And also, really important, you can see your expiration date, so you can keep track of which coupons are still up and running. Now, what I'm gonna do is go ahead, and you can also see the usage limit, so you can see how many people have used it so far, which is pretty cool. And we've got these set to infinite, and then this one we actually put a usage limit of 100. So you get a lot of information about what coupons do what. Now, the $50 off, I'll actually say, let's go ahead and edit this one really quickly and actually take off the individual use only, because what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how all these coupons work, and I'm gonna use it in conjunction with the free shipping. So now that we're done, we can refresh our shop page, and let's go ahead and start shopping. So I'm gonna go over here and let's go to $70 right now. So I need to spend $150 first. So let's go ahead and just add, let's do the variable product. Well, that's on sale. So instead of the variable product, we'll click on the simple product. Oh no, that was on sale. So we'll do the variable product. I am not paying attention. And we'll just add a bunch of the catering boxes. So it definitely goes over the price limit. Add to basket. So we're at $295. We are over $150, but we're under that $300 coupon, if that makes sense. So we'll go to checkout, and it's gonna ask, hey, do you have a coupon code? Click here to enter your code. So let's go free shipping. Oh, okay, because I have a sale item in here. Hang on a second. Let me go edit my cart really quickly. Which one is on sale? Oh, I have my simple product in here. That was my bad. Okay, so now we can apply a coupon code. Let's go free shipping. There we go. So now the shipping's been removed, which at the same time, we still haven't set up shipping yet because that's literally the next step in this tutorial. So the shipping wasn't there to begin with, but hey, at least you know how to remove shipping if you wanted to. So that's the free shipping option right there. And then also, because we're spending more than $100, we can do the 20% off. There we go. So as you can see, we've got the coupon 20% off, and it's taking off right here, and we are good to go. So now what I can do is let me go ahead and just clear my cart. And as you can see, when I cleared my cart, it actually gave me an error because one of the coupon codes was being used, and I couldn't because technically it was a minimum spend order. So, and then finally we've got the third coupon, which I'm already forgetting what it was, which was the $50 off from $300. Okay, so let's go spend $300 on variable products, catering box, and let's just spend like 10 of them. Or 12, okay. Okay, so $495, we'll go 30 off, or it wasn't 30 off, it was 50 off, what was it? 50 off, that's what it was, my bad. Perfect, and as you can see, the coupon is applying, so 50 off is the coupon, we get $50 off, and so it went from $495 down to $445. Okay, so now we know that our coupons are working, which is pretty cool. Close out of those, and the coupons are good, so I'm just gonna go back to the dashboard.
All right, your e-commerce store is one step away from being completed. All you guys have to do now is set up shipping methods in case you plan on sending your packages anywhere in the world. Let's go ahead and jump in.
Okay, so to edit your shipping settings, again, we're gonna go over to WooCommerce settings just like this and open it up on a new tab. Now, I know I just said that you can ship packages anywhere in the world, but what if you don't want to? Well, under the general tab, before we go to shipping, under the general tab, you can go over here to selling locations, and you can choose to sell to all countries, or if you want, you can change this and you can sell to all countries except for, or sell to specific countries. And if you want to sell to specific countries, you can designate what countries you want to sell to. So let's just say I only want to sell in the United States because that's where I live, and I don't want to deal with international anything. So United States, I can do that just like this. Okay, so now that we've specified we're only selling to the United States, let's go ahead and actually go and oh wait, we forgot to save settings. Haha, you got to click on save settings at the very bottom. All right, so now that we've set up our actual specific country, which is the United States, we can go over to the shipping methods and actually set up legitimate shipping methods for whatever products they're purchasing and where they are. Okay, so what you have to do next is click on add a shipping zone. And so this zone I'm going to call the United States. If you were selling to specific countries and the United States is one, and then you were also selling somewhere else, like to the UK or something like that, then you could set up one zone name, which would be United States, save the changes, and then you can go back and add another zone name, and that would be the UK if you wanted to be specific, but I'm just going to do the United States. Okay, so next we've got the zone regions, and so you guys can select what actual regions there are, but because over here on the general tab, I said only United States, we're only going to see United States stuff here, which as you can see, there's only the states and then some of these armed forces areas and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just say the United States. Now you guys can be very specific. Instead of just choosing the United States, you could literally go by state. So Alabama could be $15, Alaska could be $20, Arizona could be this, and you could go down one by one and create all of these. I'm just going to stick to anywhere in the United States is going to be this specific amount, just like this. Next, I can click on add shipping method, and you have 3 different methods available. You've got the flat rate, free shipping, and local pickup. And local pickup's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not even going to do it. They're going to pick it up from your actual brick and mortar store. So we're actually dealing with shipping here. So we're going to do the flat rate and free shipping. Maybe for local pickup, you can choose to do local pickup and then make it basically free shipping, which is the equivalent of free shipping. But you can say, oh, if you're willing to come and pick it up from me, then, you know, I'm not going to charge you a shipping charge. But so we've got flat rate and free shipping. So I'm going to show you guys how to do both of these. Let's do flat rate first. And we're going to say add shipping method, and it's going to add it down below. And now we can edit it. So anywhere in the United States, they're going to pay a flat rate. And how much is that flat rate? Well, you get to decide right here. So I'm going to say the flat rate for shipping is going to be $10. I know it's kind of steep, but you know, for cookies, we're gonna say it's $10. And so now we can see the method title, which is actually gonna show up on your checkout page. So instead of flat rate, we could, well, you could leave it as flat rate. It's not that big of a deal, but you can always change the name if you want to. We're gonna have the tax status. You can basically say taxable or not, which just for the example, I'm not gonna have to worry about it. So I'm just gonna say no tax. And then you can choose your cost, which is $10. Next, we're gonna click on save changes. So now I've got a flat rate of $10 for anywhere in the country. Next, I'm gonna hit add shipping method, and we're gonna do a free shipping, and we'll say add free shipping. And so now we can add the requirements for free shipping. So the title is free shipping, and I think that's perfectly fine. It's very self-explanatory, but you guys can change this to whatever you want. And that's what's actually going to show up on your checkout page. And then we have the free shipping requires, and we've got 4 different options. Does it require a valid free shipping coupon, which we already have a free shipping coupon, so I don't need to do this one. A minimum order amount, which is probably what we're going to do. A minimum order amount or a coupon. And then you've got minimum order amount and a coupon. This one's kind of unreasonable. You have to have a minimum order amount and you also have to have a coupon on there. But you can say and or. So you have a minimum order amount or a coupon. So he's got the free shipping coupon, he gets free shipping. Or does he spend more than $400 on my website? He gets free shipping, period. So I'm going to say a minimum order amount or a coupon. And then I'm going to say minimum order amount has to be something like obnoxious, like $300 or something like that. I know that we already have the coupon for $50 off if they spend $300, but this is what we're doing here. And actually keeping that in mind, coupon discounts. Do you want to apply the minimum order rule before coupon discount? So essentially you want to make sure that they spend $300 on your website, even after having a discount coupon, then you want to make sure that you leave this unchecked, because as you can see right here, if checked, free shipping would be available based on a pre-discount order amount. So before they put coupons, it's $300. They get free shipping now. And then they can also throw coupons on top of that and get even cheaper product. So I would say uncheck this box. That way you can make sure that even after they have coupons, they got to spend $300 if they also want to get the shipping included. So we'll click on save changes right here. So now we've got flat rate and then we have free shipping over $300, even with coupons included. So I'd say your shipping is pretty much covered here. Now, again, if you guys want to be specific and not just do a flat rate for the entire country, you would have to go in here and literally add shipping methods for each individual state, which is up to you guys if you want. I think a flat rate over the entire country should cover everything. Okay, so now that we're done, we can go ahead and actually open our website up on a new tab, and we can go over to our store, and let's go ahead and just add some variable products really quickly. We'll just do the catering box, and we'll do 3 of them. So it's not enough to get free shipping. We'll go over here and click on checkout, and now you can see that the shipping is flat rate $10 because I have not spent $300 on the website. So what I could do is now we can go back to the store. Let's go back to cookies here. Variable product, and let's add a couple more of these boxes, just enough to make it obvious that we're over $300. And now you'll see that we have the option for free shipping right here. And this is for the example street right here in Austin, Texas, because it's based on where the actual address is on the checkout page. But as you can see, we have 2 different shipping options. They can still do flat rate if they want, but they can also get the free shipping if they want as well. So that is how you guys can apply flat rate shipping methods as well as free shipping methods to your website.
Congratulations, friends. Your e-commerce website is complete. The final step is going to be showing you guys how to manage orders on your website so that you guys can fulfill them as people place orders with you on the site. Let me show you guys how to do that right now.
All right, friends. So in order to manage orders, we're going to go over here and log into our WordPress dashboard every single time that you want to manage orders. So I check it every day. You're going to go over here to the left-hand side and you'll see orders right underneath WooCommerce. And you'll see that there's actually a little notification mark saying that I have an order because off camera, I just placed one. So that's how you'll always see the notifications right here. Okay, so now that we've clicked on orders, you can see all of the different orders listed down below, and you'll see that it was placed about 2 minutes ago, it's in processing, and that it was for about $55 over here on the right-hand side. So when you want to open up an order, you're just going to click on the order number just like this, and you're going to get all of the information that you need provided for the order. So you'll see everything that they purchased down below. You'll see that they purchased the variable product catering box for $45. They paid the flat rate of shipping for $10, so it came out to like $53.10. You'll see all of their personal information up on top right here. So we've got the billing information as well as the shipping information. So this is everything you're going to need to ship the product to them. So once you check this order, you're going to look over here at the address and be like, okay, I need to send it to this address. Then you're going to go grab the box of cookies, take it to UPS, this address on the shipping label, send it to them. And when it's done, you can come over here and you can say that it is completed. Now, anytime you change the status of this order and you click on update, it's going to send the customer a email notification of whatever you just did, which is really cool how it automatically updates them every single time you do something. So first of all, we're going to leave it on processing and we're not going to make a change yet. So let me just show you when I placed the order earlier, let me go over to my Gmail. You'll see that I actually already received an email. Now, this is the admin email as well as the customer email. So I got 2 emails. One says for the client, hey, your email or your CAPW cookies order has been received. And I get a little receipt. right? And so this was automatically generated. So this is to the client. But you'll also see to me, it says, hey, you got a new order from Levi Hagen, and this is what he wants. So you're going to get email notifications when people place orders on your website as well. But the only reason it's also both for me is because I put the same email down. This one would obviously be somebody else's email. So anyways, you'll see that I have a notification saying that they've received my order and it's being processed. So as soon as I come over here and I ship the product to them, I can come over here and change the status, and I can come over here and say that it's been completed, and I can put in the update button right here. So we'll click on update. And so now when I go over to my Gmail, I can go ahead and, well, I don't even have to refresh. It already went through. So your order is now complete. Thanks for shopping. We have finished processing your order right here. And so they get a updated information about their order right here. So that's pretty cool. And so that is, long story short, how you guys are going to be managing your orders. Every day, you're going to come in here to WooCommerce and click on orders. You're going to see all of the orders that you have down below for how much and what status they're in. You guys can come in here, grab their personal information for shipping, and make sure you ship out the product to them. And then you guys come over here and change it to completed and then update them with the information. So that is all you guys need to know. We're going to go back to the dashboard, and I think we're done.
Congratulations on finishing your e-commerce website. If any of you guys are interested in trying to integrate AI into your website, check out this video right here where I talk to you guys about AI features inside of Elementor to save you guys time on building more pages for your site. I'll see you there.